executive order by issuing a proposed rule that would direct states to create these lists of approved voters. The judge really unequivocal about the legality of that, writing, and I quote here, "The Constitution does not grant the president any specific powers over elections."
The Supreme Court says the maker of Roundup weed killer can't be sued under state law for failing to warn users about the product's alleged cancer risk because the EPA didn't require a warning. Supreme Court conservative majorities today ruled that the government can keep asylum seekers from entering the U.S. and can cancel the temporary protected status granted to Haitians and Syrians. ABC News senior Washington reporter Devin Dwyer.
Federal law requires that anyone who arrives in the United States has to be given the chance to apply for asylum. But the Supreme Court said today, if you show up at the doorstep of these ports of entry, you have not arrived in the United States. And so effectively, the government can now close the door and prevent you from even having the opportunity to lodge that claim.
After deadly earthquakes overnight in Venezuela, at least 188 people are dead and nearly 1,000 others injured. You're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Detroit Lions player Terrion Arnold is being held without bail in Tampa, Florida, after being charged with felonies in connection with a February kidnapping and robbery in Tampa. Arnold has his first appearance in a Hillsborough County courtroom today. His attorney denied all allegations. The Federal Reserve's primary inflation gauge shows that as of last month, inflation accelerated 4.1% over May of last year and up from 3.8% last month. The Fed's goal for lowering interest rates is 2%. A day after a lunchtime shouting match on Capitol Hill after President Trump canceled a signing of an affordable housing bill, House Speaker Johnson's been at the White House talking with the president. ABC's Karen Travers.
The president, he's been saying since March that he would not sign any legislation until Congress passed the Save America Act. But there isn't a clear path forward right now in the Senate for that to happen because there isn't enough Republican support.
The Florida immigration facility known as Alligator Alcatraz is closing after a year. Governor Ron DeSantis in a news conference says it was always meant to be temporary.
This was an emergency situation. DHS did not have resources. The funding they got last summer had not passed yet. And they were in a situation where they could not keep these people. They didn't know what to do with them. They didn't have the space.
Lawsuits against the facility alleged inhumane conditions for detainees, including inedible food. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
A plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
The events of September 11th changed our nation forever. As we approach the 25th anniversary, Talk Radio 1210 WPHT is looking to hear directly from those who experienced that day firsthand. Were you a first responder who answered the call on September 11th? Were you in New York City, Washington, or near Shanksville? Share your story as part of our special 25th anniversary broadcast, 9/11 Through the Eyes of, a collection of personal memories, reflections, and experiences from those whose lives were forever changed. If you have a first-hand account and would like to be considered for an interview, visit 1210WPHT.com. Let's remember, honor, and preserve them for future generations. Go to 1210WPHT.com.
If not me, then who? This ethos is driving the Travis Manion Foundation to empower veterans and families of fallen heroes to develop character in future generations. In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq while saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on in the 5 words he spoke before leaving for his final deployment. If not me, then who? Guided by this mantra, veterans are continuing their service, developing strong relationships within their own community, and thriving in their post-military lives. Visit travismanion.org.
Young people everywhere are making a difference.
Special Olympics has changed my life so dramatically.
It's helped me a lot to be fearless, in the real world.
My friends I've made through Special Olympics are the best people I've ever met in my life.
I truly realize that what I'm doing is for a great cause.
And it's not about disabilities, but it's about celebrating their abilities.
I've made a difference. Now it's your turn to make a difference.
Get involved at SpecialOlympics.org.
WPHT, WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. This is WPHT's Afternoon Show. My name is Rich Herrera, filling in today here on Talk Radio 1210. So thanks for letting me hang out with you. I'll be with you for the next couple days. So I've been on radio in Philadelphia before, but now I get an opportunity to sit in here. So I'm the morning show host at Odyssey's sister station in Richmond, Virginia. But I was a long-time national sports talk show host. I'd been on in Philadelphia, some capacity over the last 30 years on National Sports Talk Network. So I'm happy to be here with you today. The holidays coming in, so he said, hey, Rich, you want to fill in? I'm like, absolutely. I'd be excited to fill in. I've got Matt, I've got Justin back in the studios. Fellas, good afternoon.
Hello, Rich. Excited to have you on air.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. It depends on how this goes or not, because I got a couple rules, okay? I've been doing talk radio for 30 years, but like a lot of sports talk guys that are now moving into news, Nick Cale in the morning was a longtime sports talk guy. You see, Will Cain was on ESPN radio for the longest time. You have a lot of guys that were one-time sports guys. Brian Kilmeade, Fox News. He was started out as a sports guy. I was a sports guy. I stayed in it a little bit longer. Now jumped into news. So I got a couple rules when I do talk radio. Number one is I'm never going to say anything on the air that I wouldn't say to somebody's face. So you never hear me saying one thing and doing another. It's just one of those rules I have. I learned it early on working at baseball. One day I was running my mouth about a player on the air, and then I showed up in the clubhouse later. And somebody pointed out to the player, hey, that was the guy who was running his mouth about you. And he walked up, confronted me in the middle of the clubhouse in front of all the players, challenged me to a fight. And I learned that there's consequences to talking on the radio. A little radio station I worked at before, I can say whatever I want. Nobody ever heard me. This time, Major League Baseball player heard me. They pointed out who it was. He walked up, confronted me, and said, hey, I heard what you said. I heard you said that you could take me. And many choice phrases after that. And he says, I'm going to do this to you. And I looked at him and I said, I'm either going to turn tail and run, I'll never be able to walk back in this clubhouse again, or I got to face him. So I said, you know what? I probably have one coming. Something I said, I still stand by what I said about you because I think you're a so-and-so. But if I'm going to have a butt kicking coming, might as well be from you for something else that I said to offend someone else. All the players are standing around like we're in the fourth grade in the fight, and they're going, fight, 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 fight. Everybody's looking around. I'm dying inside, but I'm not going to give in to him. And finally, he looks at me and he gives me the big shoulder, boom, pushes me out of the way. He goes, you're not worth it, and walks out. Everybody disappears, right? So I go back out into the tunnel, and I'm hyperventilating. Like, I'm bent over on my hands and knees, hyperventilating. I can't believe first time I walked into a big league clubhouse, that's what happened. Player walked out. He goes, listen, you're a so-and-so for saying what you said about me, but at least you stood there, took like a man, shook my hand. He goes, we're good. And I go, okay, great. Whew. So that's one of the first things I learned about doing talk radio is I'll never say anything behind your back. If I'm going to say it, if I'm going to say it to your face, I'll say it in the air. I won't say anything in the air that I won't say to your face. So that's number one. Number two is when I moved into news, I said, listen, I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to respect everybody, which means I'm going to listen to everybody's opinion, but I'm going to demand you respect mine. I'm going to respect you, but I'm going to demand your respect coming back, because I think that's what it's best is when we have people that talk back and forth to each other, not at each other. So I'll listen to what everybody has to say. I have a 25-year-old son who's a senior in college, and I remind him all the time, listen to what everybody else has to say, because they're either going to make your point for you, they're going to make you question so you'll really know whether you're legit and buttoned up or not, or they're going to make your point better, so don't be afraid of new ideas. That's what Richard Nixon told Khrushchev when they visited during the Cold War. So I'm never afraid of anybody's opinions, and I'm never going to say anything on the air that I wouldn't say to your face. Now, gentlemen, the reason I bring this up, and I might as well give out the telephone numbers, because you're going to be ready. You should be ready for the onslaught of people that are going to get mad at what I'm about to say. Now, you guys all know the number, but I'll give it to you anyway. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. Again, Rich Herrera, filling in for the next couple days, unless I get yanked off the air for about what I'm about to say to the city of Philadelphia. So, fellas, I told a couple of friends of mine, hey, listen, I'm going to do some fill-ins. They go, oh, yeah, where are you going to fill in? I'm going to fill in Philadelphia. Matt, Justin, do you know what the response from most of the people I know was?
I am worried that we have perhaps not the best reputation as a city.
They're like, why would you want to talk to those dirtbags? I'm like, dudes, say, these are my people at Philadelphia for the day. I mean, universally, everybody I talk to, friends, family, peers, coworkers, said, ugh, Philadelphia. Those guys are dirtbags. And I'm like, come on. They said, Rich, think about their reputation around the country. So that's why I wanted to bring up. So again, you know what? I'm never going to say anything on the air that I wouldn't say to your face. And I'm going to be transparent. And I'm going to respect you, but I'm going to demand you respect me back. So I respect you enough just to tell you this. A lot of my friends are not happy that I'm sitting in Philadelphia today on WPHT because, quite honestly, I don't know if you understand your rep around the rest of the country for everybody else that dislikes Philadelphia so much. So let's just kick it off right there. I mean, let's just walk in and lay our cards out on the table. 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Now, Matt, Justin, as the phone lines will start heating up with people like Get This Clown Off the Radio, I'll explain why. Your reputation precedes you, Philadelphia, from the way that you act when it comes to sports. And that's the thing that people remember and think about the most when they think of Philadelphia. Now, I've spent time in Philadelphia. I've covered games there in the past. So I've worked at Citizens Bank Park. I've worked at the Link. Been there for the Army-Navy game. Heck, I was even there for the Premier Lacrosse League Championships, right? So I've spent plenty of time in Philadelphia. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a regular. I know a couple places I like to eat, and I've been there enough that I've got a little bit of a feel of the city, and I've been to one of the greatest moments I ever had in a discussion I had, Independence Hall. I got a picture of me that I put out on social media in front of the Liberty Bell. So I'm not a Philadelphian, and I'm not going to try to tell you that, I know everything there is to know about Philadelphia, but I've been around enough that I get the vibe. And I'm just going to ask, do you understand the way the rest of the country thinks about Philadelphia, thinks about the city of brotherly love, and what the real vibe is for everybody else around the country? They kind of wonder why you're so psychotic, why Philadelphia is so insane, is what I got universally from people. And it mainly comes from the way that visiting teams are treated when they come to Philadelphia. So that's number one. Are you aware of the animosity that the rest of the country has against you? Like, listen, I don't like New York. I think New Yorkers are a little full of themselves. I think they think that the sun rises and sets in their feet, and they're the only thing that matters. I wouldn't live in New York if you gave me all the money in the world. I'd never want to live in New York. I lived in Los Angeles. Los Angeles in California is a cesspool. It's a hellscape. I never want to go back there. Even though I have family there, I'm a native Californian. I have no want, desire, or any love for the city of Los Angeles. I lived in San Francisco. I love the city by the bay, but that's become an absolute horrific place. Wouldn't want to go back. Lived in San Diego. It's great. Really expensive. The sunshine tax is ridiculous there. So I've lived around enough places around the country that I can get this vibe. I've done enough national talk radio that I get this vibe. So let me just throw this out for everybody in Philadelphia, okay? Number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. I kind of feel like I'm your friend that says, hey, listen, you know that girl that you brought over last night? Do you really know who she is? Because, like I said, I'm excited to be here for the next couple of days. I think we're going to have some fun on the afternoon drive, but I just want you to know that there is a whole reputation that you all have. Do you really understand? Has anybody ever really sat down with you and go, you realize the rest of the country just looks at you like you're maniacs, like you're insane? Matt, Justin, am I off here at all?
No, you are correct. And the most startling thing is you never know where the Philly maniacs are. So
right.
One of my best friends, my buddy Smitty, I've been friends with him for an eternity, but I've never gone to an Eagles game with him until a couple years ago because I generally I avoid the link because it does get chaotic there during Eagles games. But he wore me down. We decided we're going to get some tickets to see the Eagles play the Giants. I show up, and Smitty turned into an absolute maniac. He was frothing at the mouth, screaming at Giants fans. I thought he was going to get kicked out. I had no idea he had this in him, but evidently, the Philadelphia, you just don't know where the maniacs are located.
So is that indicative of the whole city, or are they people that just go to the Link and to Citizens Bank Park and go see the Flyers or go see the 76ers or whatever? So I just want to know, just you and I, friends here in Philadelphia, again, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Do you understand the way the rest of the country looks at you? And is it okay with you? Let's start taking telephone calls. I like taking telephone calls. 855-839-1210. Let's go to Christian in Huntington Valley. Welcome. You're on WPHT. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Am I being too harsh? Am I okay with this?
No,
I mean, do you guys understand this?
Look.
Wait a second. Turn your head. Your phone's going the wrong way. Do I still got Christian? All right, let's put Christian back on hold. We'll come back to him in just a second. He said, okay. Listen, I know I've had dinner in Philadelphia. I've spent time in Philadelphia. I've walked the streets of Philadelphia. Not a lot, but enough that I don't feel bad walking around Philadelphia. I kind of like going to visit the city. But this whole reputation you have is predicated upon what people around the country think. You are what your reputation is. Those of you that go out in New York, you understand what that's like. Those of you that have been to Los Angeles, you understand they're all, suntanned and bubble-headed bleach blondes that keep rooting for the same idiots that let their city burn to the ground. And we all have a reputation. A lot of it's well-founded. A lot of it maybe not so well-founded. I just want to know, in Philadelphia, do you think your reputation for being maniacs is well-founded? Let's go back to Christian. I think I got him again. Hey, Christian, welcome. You're at WPHT. Good afternoon.
All right. You got me now?
Now I got you. Okay, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So, yes, we are well aware of our reputation, and we don't care. There's actually a song. There's a song about it. No one likes us. We don't care.
I've heard that song before.
Yeah, and it holds true, and people need to be just okay with that because we don't care.
Okay, so you got to help me out here. You got to help me out here for a second. Why? Why doesn't Philadelphia care what the rest of the world? Listen, I dig the attitude, I dig the swagger, but why is that?
you know, you gotta support your peeps first and foremost. And look, our sports teams is what we got going for us. I mean, it's not necessarily the prettiest town in a lot of different places, and we're dripping with history, and that's really nice. But you know, we do some kooky things politically, downright horrendous. But you know, we're also not the murder capital of the United States either, Chicago.
Right.
So as far as people not liking us as sports fans, I'm pretty okay with it. A lot of that hails from a long time ago when it was really bad. Like, you know, we had a courthouse underneath the stadium at one point in time to take care of the fans. Yeah, and that was justified, and that kind of had to happen. Yes, we know, throwing snowballs at Santa. Yeah, that was, I don't know how many decades ago. People need to get over that. As far as being rabid fans and kind of out of control, have you seen a Raiders fan? I mean,
listen, and that's why I bring that up. That's why I bring that up, Christian. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. I bring that up because, again, I've been to just about every NFL city in America. And I've been through the black hole. I'm walking through the black hole. I was calling a game as a sideline reporter in Oakland once, and I was walking by the black hole, and I just happened to have a blue tie on. I'm wearing a jacket and tie, and they thought I was with the Denver Broncos, and somebody hurled a cheeseburger at me. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, Raider Nation. I'm like, shut up. What are you talking about? Walk by again. Yeah. Somebody threw something else at me. And then what I said was, what are you guys doing? Well, you're with the Broncos. Like, no, I'm not. I'm from California. Okay, everybody, stop. He's one of us. Let's leave him alone. And then when I walk by the rest of the time, they were high-fiving me. So, yeah, I mean, people get that reputation. I just wanted to make sure everybody in Philadelphia was okay with that because when I told people I was going to do the show today, they're like, ugh, and they rolled their eyes at me. All right, Christian, good job.
Badge of honor.
All right, it's a badge of honor. I'm digging it. I like the swagger. Number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. My name is Rich Herrera. I'll be with you for the next couple of days. I'll give you some more ideas. In fact, coming up in just a bit, after the bottom of the hour, I've actually experienced what it's like to be a visiting person in Philadelphia during the World Series 2008. I'll tell you some of those stories coming up in just a bit. But let me grab Pete in Philadelphia on line 2. Hey, Pete, welcome. You're on WPHT. Good afternoon.
Hey, You're exaggerating and putting the whole city in the category of sports nuts.
No. Hold on, Pete. I'm not. What I'm saying is that's your reputation that comes from the sports nuts. I'm asking, are you cool with that? Is that really indicative of what Philadelphia is like? Because when I'm not at a stadium, I like walking around Philadelphia. I like shopping in Philadelphia. I like going to Mitchell and Ness. I like going to dinner. I enjoyed the Constitution Museum, and I enjoyed Independence Hall, all the tourist things I did.
Right. It's certainly not. It's that third of the city, maybe even only 25% of the sports people. Remember, most people can't even afford to go to a sports event. You know?
Right.
And there's those who don't follow it at all, which in Philadelphia is pretty rare, as you probably are aware.
And I dig that about Philadelphia.
I think it's more, there's more of us, if you want to categorize it that way, that are not sports people than sports people. The sports people just overdo everything.
No, how does that make you feel then as one of the quote-unquote non-sports people, knowing that the rest of the country, like, you guys are maniacs because of what we see at the stadiums and this, like you said, overblown, overdramatic, out-of-town people giving you that kind of cred?
I'm thinking only those out-of-town people that follow the sports stuff think that way. I don't know. I haven't been, in any other cities.
Right.
But I can say that if most cities are like most of the cities, everybody can't afford to go to a sports thing. And I don't know this because I'm not a sports guy, that most sports towns, if you were,
right,
most of the people in the city don't really think that way.
So
I know, and
it's overblown then, right?
Definitely, for sure.
Okay. No, listen, if I'm going to be here talking with you guys for the next couple of days, I just wanted to make sure, are you guys cool with this thought around the country? Because, again, I live in Virginia now. I'm a West Coaster. I lived in Florida. I got friends all over the place. And universally, they all kind of just gave me the ick or they all gave me a cringe, like, oh, you're going to talk to those people. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been to Philadelphia before. Oh, you should see how those people act. And that's just something that gets glossed over the entire community.
Well, most of those people that you're talking to, I guess, or I expect, if you're talking about sports, you're talking to them as sports people.
No, I was just talking to them as like, hey, I'm going to be on WPHT this afternoon. They go, ugh. I'm like, what do you mean, ugh? Like, what are you talking about? And then that was the response I got. Anyway, hey, Pete, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. Coming up, I'll give you my firsthand account of what it's like to come to Philadelphia as a visitor. So 2008 World Series, Tampa Bay Rays take on the Philadelphia Phillies. I'm a broadcaster for the Tampa Bay Rays at the time. I host the pre- and post-game show. I'm the sideline reporter. I'm in the stands. I'm walking around. I'll give you an example of what it was like to come here to Philadelphia as a visitor and just kind of give you that firsthand thought. And I just want to know, are you guys cool with this reputation? Is it well-deserved? Are you proud of it? All right, you guys know the number to light them up, 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. My name is Rich Herrera, filling in for the next couple days. This is WPHT.
Life doesn't slow down, and planning your financial future can feel overwhelming. That's where Monastra Financial Group comes in. Whether you're preparing for retirement, managing a 401k, or protecting what matters most, their team offers personalized guidance built around you. With a straightforward approach, they help turn complex decisions into clear, confident steps forward. Take control of your financial future today. Text Mike Monastra at 484-471-4879. That's 484-471-4879.
There's nothing simple about choosing an engagement ring. Most people don't know where to start. That's why they turn to Family & Company Jewelers on Route 70 in Marlton. JR will walk you through every step: diamonds, settings, styles, and how to choose what actually fits their budget and their partner. There's no pressure and no confusion, just straightforward guidance and a wide selection to compare with confidence. The goal is simple: leave knowing you made the right decision. Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton, New Jersey, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Experience matters, especially when you're making an investment in your next vehicle. At Lexus of Cherry Hill, they've built their reputation the right way. Veteran and family owned and operated, and recognized as an 8-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. From the refined Lexus RX to the powerful and capable GX, you'll find performance, luxury, and reliability in every model. Visit Lexus of Cherry Hill in Mount Laurel or lexusofcherryhill.com. Lexus of Cherry Hill, doing business the right way. For J.D. Power of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE.
This year, America celebrates 250 years. 2.5 centuries of courage, sacrifice, and family stories passed down from one generation to the next. Hi, I'm Nick Mako.
And I'm Adam Baselogger, founders of Legacy Box. Your family's piece of the American story is sitting in an attic or closet right now, trapped on aging VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and fading photos.
Those boxes hold moments you can never recreate. Your wedding day, your children's voices when they were little, grandparents coming back to life on screen.
Over 2 million families have trusted Legacy Box. And we've just partnered with the USO to digitize fragile handwritten letters from World War II, helping preserve American history for future generations.
As America turns 250, remember that your family is a part of the American story. Preserving those voices, faces, and moments is a part of your responsibility to the next generation. Don't let them disappear on your watch.
Visit legacybox.com/radio for our amazing America 250 sale. That's legacybox.com/radio to save.
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. Beginning, middle, or end of the year, it's always a great time to take control of your financial life. And the Jill on Money podcast is here to help. Your questions make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Wesley Financial.
Pinterest is looking to fight increasing AI slop with the help of Amazon's cloud services. Pinterest announced a $4 billion deal with Amazon Web Services to modernize the social media platform, with Pinterest saying it's addressing complaints of AI-generated slop. Pinterest says curators are suffering from frequently hacked accounts, with automated bots initiating false suspensions for spam violations. I'm Jason Brooks.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Eczema, eczema, eczema. So many ads for eczema products. But those fancy TV ads don't mention that those prescription products can cost thousands of dollars. There's a smarter way. It's Exoderm for eczema and dermatitis. Exoderm costs less than $20. Yep, less than $20. You don't need a prescription, and it's available on the first aid aisle of your local store. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean, hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives or nasty chemicals. Exoderm, fast, effective relief from the itching and inflammation of eczema. This stuff really does work. Take back control. Heal eczema flares with soothing Exoderm Flare Control Cream. It's on the first aid aisle of your local drugstore, supermarket, and at Target and Walmart too. Exoderm for eczema. Now that's smart.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples, that was easy.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
All right, Rich Herrera with you, filling in today on WPHT's afternoon show. You guys know the number, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Those of you just tuning in, like, who is this guy? All right, so my name is Rich. I host the morning news on an Odyssey sister station down in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Longtime sports talk show host who, like a lot of sports people, have just said, I just not really quite sure. Okay, let's be honest. I wasn't happy with the way the country was going. A lot of things just weren't working. I saw which way things were leaning. And quite honestly, I got tired of being told to shut up. Nobody wants to hear about your conservative thoughts in sports. Meanwhile, I would see a bunch of other people that had different views other than mine, and they got to say anything they wanted. And I said, okay, you know what? I don't like ESPN being woke, but would it be any more? Would it be better if I was the one who was talking politics in a sportscast? So I said, okay, you know what? Let me put my money where my mouth is. I love this country so much. I love the people so much. I've been given this great gift. Let me do what I can with the one skill that I had. So I asked, can I go do news? So Nick Cale's done it. If you watch Fox News, Will Cain was at ESPN Radio. A lot of sports people have jumped in. Michelle Tafoya, longtime NFL sideline reporter. She's running for Senate in Minnesota. Mark Teixeira, longtime New York Yankee. He's running for office. So in my little way, I said, you know what? I got to speak up because I just didn't like the way everything was going during COVID, and cancel culture. So I said, okay, I'm going to go do News Talk Radio. So I had this opportunity to jump over, and that's what we're doing today. Now, here's the deal. When they said, Rich, do you want to fill in on WPHT? You can do a couple afternoon shows. Yeah, I'd love to. But I do have to point out the fact that when I told people I'm going to do the show on WPHT, they're like, ugh, well, those people in Philadelphia. So I just was wondering if you're aware of the rep you have with the rest of the country. Now, it's all driven by crazy, insane sports fans, but, you got to wear it. And I'll tell you this firsthand. I said I'd share this with you. 2008 World Series, right? Philadelphia wins. First time they've won since Bob Boone's Philadelphia Phillies. I'm friends with the Boone family. I love Bob Boone. I host a podcast. You can find it here on the Odyssey app with his son Brett, who played for the Mariners. Aaron's brother. Aaron's is the Yankees manager. By the way, he's a big Eagles fan as well. I think people know that. So I was there for the World Series. My partner on satellite radio for the longest time on the baseball channel was Brad Lidge. So I'd always laugh like, it was one of the worst nights of my life. One of your best nights, you win the World Series in 2008. But as someone who came into Philadelphia, I remember what that was like. I remember the World Series, and Joe Madden, who was the manager of the Rays, Hazleton, Pennsylvania kid, his granddaughter was there, and people and Philly fans were squirting mustard on her. I know what it was like when one of our executives, because what happens is the visiting team will charter a plane, and they'll bring over all the team employees plus one. So one of our execs came over. He brought his dad with him, a little old man, like in his 80s. He was in a bathroom stall, and he was wearing Tampa Bay gear, and some fans decided to pour beer over his head when he was in the bathroom stall. Came out just dripping. I know what it was like standing in front of the team hotel as we were leaving one day, and one of the executives' son was out there, and they were cursing, yelling, and he was going to get into a fight. I'm like, dude, if you get into a fight, ends up on the front page of the paper, let me take care of this. I walked over, said, hey, knock it off. You don't need to be talking like that. You don't need to be saying that. He told me where I can go. I said, no, knock it off right now. Where else? And he goes, what are you going to do? I said, I'm big enough. I'll go. And he curses at me, and I'm like, say it again. And he kind of shut up, and then he looked at me, and there's a cop standing next to me, and I go, are you going to allow this to happen? He goes, the second you touch him, I'm going to throw cuffs on you. I go, what about him? He goes, he hasn't touched you yet. And he looks at me, he goes, this is Philadelphia. I'm like, okay. The guy kept popping off. I'm like, you want to go? And he didn't want to go, so finally walked off, and then he walked down the street and told me I was number one. So that's my experience coming in. If you remember that World Series, there was the rain delay that took 2 days, so we ended up on a bus going to Delaware. We stayed at the Hotel DuPont, got there in the middle of the night. Everybody was starving. We stayed there for a couple days, but as people were trying to get to sleep, people kept driving by, honking their horns, setting off car alarms, setting off fire alarms, just trying to harass the traveling party when we were stuck in Delaware for a couple days. So I've seen it firsthand, what it's like being an opponent coming in. Philly fans, Eagles fans, they're passionate. They are really passionate. But that reputation carries on to the entire city. That's what I saw. I just want to get your thoughts on this. Again, the number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. And I'll just say it. When I told people I was filling in, they all universally cringed, rolled their eyes, and said, those guys are dirtbags. I just want to know, are you okay with that? That's the way that a lot of the country looks at Philadelphia. Let me go to Kathy, South Jersey. Welcome. You're on WPHT.
Well, hello. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you.
On the radio today. Welcome to Philadelphia. I think something that you may not understand, not being from this area, is there is a generational connection in families, neighborhoods, friends of the Philadelphia sports teams and their fan base. And I do believe some people get out of hand, but honestly, people know that. And the Philadelphia fan base, they don't really care. And I don't say that.
No, I love that. Listen, hey, you know what? Wear it, right? Own it. Walk around with that swagger. I'm good with that.
And this is what I want to say, is the fact that everybody hates us brings us even closer together. We are the underdogs of fans in the country.
Why?
So
okay, hold on. Stop. Why is that?
Why is what?
Why are you the underdog of fans? Like, I respect Philly fans more than I like Yankee fans.
Okay, so we are the underdog because everyone hates us.
But you bring that upon, but don't you kind of bring that upon yourself?
We don't care. So I think you need to understand the mentality in this area. Runs green, runs Sixers, runs red for Phillies, orange for the Flyers. That's who we are. And my family are longtime Philadelphia fans, and I know probably everybody listening most of them from Philly are.
Right.
So the fact that everyone hates us is just a joke on them because it just makes us love each other more and love this city more. Like, hey, they don't get us. They don't care.
And
look,
we don't care about them because they're not from Philadelphia.
Well, no, we care if you want to come and watch the game. Fine. There's going to be assholes in the crowd. Of course. There's assholes at every stadium. There's asshole
Okay, wait, stop.
fans.
Don't use that word anymore because I don't want Stalker yelling at me. But there are people of questionable character that go to the game. Don't get me kicked out of here the first day that I'm on the air, Kathy. Kathy's like, Kathy, do you want Greg Stalker to call and just yank me off the air? I've been on here for 40 minutes already. Stalker's going to go, Herrera, what are you doing? 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. All right, so the big question I have for everybody is, are you cool with it? I mean, it sounds like everybody's like, you know what? It's us against the world. It's Philly versus the world. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. All the rest of you can go kick rocks. Am I getting that right? Just finish off the hour. We'll talk about this. Do you deserve the rep that you have? Okay, every town has a rep, right? Los Angeles, they all show up late. They're wearing sunglasses. They're more worried about talking about their movie scripts. I've lived in Los Angeles. I worked on the Fox lot, on Pico, on the movie lot. Oh, everybody's an actor in Los Angeles. I've lived in San Francisco. Everybody's got their little pinkies up, drinking coffee and talking about this.com, that.com. I've been around Florida, man. I lived in St. Petersburg, Florida, Tampa Bay, next to Clearwater. I've been there. I've lived around the country. I've worked around the country enough. Every town has a reputation. The reputation of Philadelphia is you people are insane. Is that good? I guess the big question is, are you proud of that reputation? It sounds like it. Is there anybody that I'm missing? Because I want to be able to go tell all my friends and tell the rest of the country, you know what? Hey, it's Philadelphia versus the world. We don't care. You don't like us? Good. We don't like you. And then when our teams get together, not only are we going to kick their butts, and then we're going to laugh and mock you as you walk out of the stadium. You walk in to the link, and you're wearing a Cowboys jersey. Not only are we happy that you spent a bunch of money in here, we're also happy that you're going to walk out with your tail between your legs. We're good with that. We like this reputation. Okay, so I'll put it to you this way. What do you think is the proper way to treat someone from, let's say, Dallas? I now live in Virginia. I lived here for about a year and a half. If I've got a Commanders fan that comes into the link wearing a Commanders jersey, what should they expect, and should they expect it? Okay? We got some other stuff we're going to get to today on the program, but I want to just start with this. 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210, the number for you to join us. Are you proud of that reputation? And I know there's got to be someone out there. Again, maybe we'll get to some politics. We'll talk about some different things today. And I'm sure there's somebody out there. Okay, listen, I'm tired of you talking about sports, but again, this is not just sports. This is your reputation around the country. So I really can you guys do me a favor? Let's get a non-sports fan on here, and he hears the way that we're talking. Is he okay with the city of brotherly love having that kind of rep? Again, the number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Kathy, sweetest lady in the world, had to hit the dump button twice on her. I love you guys. 855-839-1210. Matt, did you guys catch that? I mean, she was very nice. I'd probably go over there. She'd give me, a cup of coffee and a tasty cake or something, or, maybe she'd make me a hot chocolate or something. And then you guys are blank.
Yeah, usually I can tell who might be a threat and who might not. And Kathy, I pegged all wrong. I thought for sure I could lay back and relax.
Nicest lady in the world.
We almost ran out of dumps.
We did run out of dumps. The button
nicest,
was red.
Sweetest lady in the world. She's an absolute doll. She's gonna. You're not feeling very well. She's gonna bring you some soup, and then you get her in an Eagles game, and she's the first one standing out there telling Jerry Jones, you're number one. I love it. I love it. This is going to be so much fun. All right, number for you to join us, 855-839-1210. Just a little preview of some of the things we're going to talk about on the show today. I have not been to a World Cup game. I hate soccer. But I do want to get to the bottom of all this. People coming here for Europe loving soccer. Start thinking about this. How many of you have experienced some of the stuff that I'm seeing on social media? I don't believe anything I see on TikTok. But I'm seeing all these people just loving on America. We'll get into that coming up in the next hour. But we'll finish off the hour talking about, are you cool with the reputation that Philadelphia has with the rest of the world? It's Philly versus the world, I guess. I'd love to hear from you, especially if you're not a sports fan. You're like, dude, we got so much culture. We've got museums. We've got this. We've got that. Why are we known as barbarians? Are you guys good with that? 855-839-1210. Rich Herrera with you. It is 3:40. What is it? 3:45? Yeah, 3:45 here on WPHT.
King Shooter Supply in King of Prussia is your complete one-stop gun store with 2 indoor shooting ranges, training and lessons, and gunsmiths on site. They buy, sell, and trade firearms and NFA-regulated items too. King Shooter's experienced staff and certified trainers can help you with all your needs. Check out the calendar of monthly events on Facebook and Instagram, and feel free to stop in 7 days a week. King Shooter Supply in King of Prussia. KingShooters.com. KingShooters.com.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here as we celebrate America's 250th birthday. What a great reminder that this nation was built by hardworking people, entrepreneurs, and local family businesses that serve their communities every day. That's one of the reasons I've enjoyed working with Chapman Windows, Doors, and Siding. They're a local family-owned company helping homeowners throughout our region improve and protect their homes for years. When you work with Chapman, you're supporting a local business that stands behind its work and truly cares about its customers. To celebrate our nation's 250th anniversary, Chapman is offering $250 off new red, white, or blue entry doors through July 4th. What a fun way to add some patriotic style to your home while improving curb appeal and security. So visit ChapmanWindowsDoors.com. ChapmanWindowsDoors.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
You don't need another opinion, just the facts.
What caused that crash on the Schuylkill? Will it rain before the kids' game? What happened at the school board meeting last night?
At KYW News Radio, we don't take sides. We take notes, delivering the information you need to make the best decisions for your family.
The news you need whenever you need it.
Depend on KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news leader for more than 60 years.
It's the final seconds of the match and the world is watching. He's lining up the shot. The crowd is on their feet. Whoa, wait, that's not the goal. That's a gas line. Ooh, red car. Before you dig in your yard, make the smart play and call 811 to have underground utility lines marked. Contact 811 before you dig, because hitting a gas line is definitely a penalty. Visit PA1call.org.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you own a small business, the pressure never lets up. Something's always coming at you. That's why business owners turn to LendSeek for funding.
I don't need promises. I need options. LendSeek's AI platform showed me real funding choices. Now I can cover payroll, handle taxes, and go after growth opportunities without the daily stress.
Up to $5 million with funding in as fast as 24 hours. No upfront costs. No prepayment penalties. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LENDSEEK.com.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
All right, 3:50 here on WPHT. Rich Herrera filling in on the WPHT afternoon show. You guys know the number, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. So again, I'm a host on the Odyssey sister station down in Richmond, Virginia. I host the morning news, and was talking to Greg Stalker and had the opportunity to fill in as people are taking vacations, some other things like, dude, I'm in. I want to do this. But I said, I'm just going to tell you, the feedback I gave him is all my buddies are like, what are you doing there? Ugh, Philadelphia. I'm like, I've been to Philadelphia. So again, I'm never going to say anything behind your back. I'm never going to say anything on the radio that I wouldn't say to your face. So Philadelphia, I'm just telling you, here's the feedback I got because of the sports fans. The rep for Philadelphia is you guys are insane. Are you good with that? And I know there's a couple people I've offended. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to not tell you what people say about you. I don't think that'd be fair. 855-839-1210. I'm not from Philadelphia. I'm not judging. I'm just telling you. It's kind of like when your buddy brings some girl around. Oh, man, this girl I met, she's a smoke show. She's looking at everything. And you go, bruh, I know your girl. Do I tell you the truth or not? 855-839-1210. Let's go back to the phones before the top of the hour. Where am I going to go first? All right, Pete needs to set me straight. Let's go to Pete in South Philly. Hey, Pete, welcome. You're on WPHT. Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. Nice to talk to you. I just got to you said you're not from Philly. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
80% of the Eagles fans, Phillies fans, and maybe 50% of the Sixers fans and Flyers fans, 70%. And I know this. I worked for the Phillies for 10 years, but I live in Philly 71 years. I'm South Philly.
Okay.
80% of these crazy that you call, but they're wannabes because they don't live in Philly. They live in Delaware County. They probably did. And New Jersey. They come over. Drive the traffic sometime during an Eagles game. Traffic coming from Jersey is unbelievable to the Eagles game. And Delaware County is all transplanted Philadelphians because I hang out in Delaware County.
So are they people that lived in Philadelphia and then moved out to the suburbs?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
So they lived in Philly. They lived in Philly years ago. And by the way, I know the mayor likes to push this. Philadelphia is not a clean city. It's a dump. And I've been all over this city, and I've been in other cities. Philly's right up there with. Yeah, okay, I can say that. I mean, I think I can.
No, I can say whatever you want. Listen, it's talk radio. We can say whatever we want. It's WPHT.
Okay.
So is the reputation well deserved, or is it people from Delaware County, people from Jersey that give that reputation to Philly because how they act at games?
Yeah, the Phillies fans back in the 70s and 80s, they were vocal, and they're the ones that supposedly threw snowballs at Santa Claus. That got overhyped big time, and that just always stood out. But the people from Delaware County and Jersey and a few other places,
so they give you a bad name.
Philly has a bad name no matter what because it's crime-ridden city. Also, I mean, I don't want to get into politics.
No, I get. No, you can't. I don't care. You can get into politics. Talk about whatever you want. The reputation of Philadelphia, blue collar, right? That's fair.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Passionate fans. And if you show up and you're rooting for the other team, you better keep your head in a swivel. That's fair.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Sir. And however, I got to cut you a little bit. You know, they're bandwagon fans too, and I'm going to give you an example. When the Phillies are doing great and all, that you can't get into the Citizens Park. It's packed. Okay, so but you know what? You look at the beginning of the season and see how they start out. That stadium's half full until the All-Star game. Now that the Phillies are playing well, they're doing good. They go by how they're playing, and they're bandwagon fans. And I can say this, and I work for the Phillies, and people know who I am. I don't care. Yeah, they're bandwagon fans. Same as the Eagles. The Eagles
Well, they're bandwagon
wanna
fans.
be
There's
tough.
lots of bandwagon fans everywhere. All right, I got to run. Thank you for the call. Let me grab Francine real quick from Jersey. She's calling in before we get to the top of the hour. Hey, thank you for calling me, Francine. Hello.
Hi, Rich.
Hi.
When you said that about non-sports fans in this
Right.
area calling, I figured I would call in.
Yes, help me out
I'm
here.
originally from. Hello.
Yeah, no, help me out here. Help me understand this.
Okay, yeah. I'm originally from the Villanova area, so that's Delaware County. I now
Okay.
live in New Jersey. I'm not a big sports fan. In fact, the guy before me was saying about the traffic coming from Jersey when there's a sporting event, and it's true. But for a long time, I've been aware of the reputation that Philly sports fans have, and I hate it. I think it's unforgivable. There is no reason to demean or want to beat up fans from other teams. It's just ridiculous. It's
Well, again,
ridiculous.
so Francine, it's also not just Philly fans because that also washes over
Oh, I
whether you
know.
like it
I
around you to everybody in Philadelphia. Now, I will tell you this: I've been to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, and you wouldn't think this of Los Angeles, but I've been to Dodger Stadium. I've seen Donnybrooks. I mean, I've seen riots in the stands when the Giants and Dodgers get together. I've been to Chargers games. Believe it or not, San Diego Chargers games. I've seen melees at that stadium before they moved to Los Angeles. So I get it. The reputation is probably part urban myth, part earned, and probably overblown from people out of town that have come to Philadelphia. But it's a fact. That's the way people around the country look at Philadelphia. And again, it's the reputation you have. Everybody has a reputation. That's the one of Philly. So I just wanted to bring that up as I start doing the show here today.
Exactly. And I think whether you're from Delaware County or Jersey, we're the Philadelphia area. You know, it encompasses all the area. And true, we have sports fans who now live in the suburbs, but they still have this diehard attitude, like the Eagles are the best. Don't mess with the Eagles and the Phillies and every team
It's
imaginable.
us against the world. I love it. Hey,
Exactly.
I got to run.
And
I got to
think-
run. Thank you for the call. Really appreciate it. All right, next hour of the program. World Cup fever going on around the country. Philadelphia, obviously, has a lot of people that are visiting for World Cup action. I'm seeing all of this on social media. I want to know from people in Philadelphia today. The reports we're getting from Europeans coming over here just falling in love with America. Have you seen that for yourself? Them grabbing up bottles of ranch dressing, drinking as much refillable sodas as they can. We'll talk about that coming up next. I'm Rich Herrera filling in this afternoon. You're listening to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You know what I don't like? Paying for something twice. I can't stand that. Hey, it's Rich Zioli. That's why when it comes to your roof, siding, doors, and windows, there's only one call you should make, and that's to my guys at Emmons Roofing and Siding. Emmons is a platinum Owens Corning contractor, which means that Owens Corning backs not just the shingles, but the workmanship as well for life. That's right, for life. Roofing, siding, windows, doors, residential or commercial, done right the first time, every time. Go to emmonsroofing.com.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Becoming a professional race car driver takes time. Quitting smoking does too. It's not about stopping in one day. It's about starting with day one. Get the resources and support you need to quit smoking at cancer.org/smokeout.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. The U.S. official confirms that Iran attacked a ship in the Strait of Hormuz with a drone today. The first attack since Iran and the U.S. signed that initial agreement. ABC's Louis Martinez covers the Pentagon.
Very tenuous situation because over those 60 days that the United States and Iran are supposed to be negotiating further movement towards an eventual full agreement, there's a lot of instability about what could actually happen.
7 arrests and 18 police reports are cited by the National Park Service in what it alleges was vandalism that led to damage to the algae-filled and sealer flaking of the reflecting pond at the Lincoln Memorial. Also alleging graffiti at the Washington Monument and fuel lines cut at the Great American State Fair. A federal judge has blocked part of a President Trump executive order that would mandate how states would run their mail-in voting operations. ABC's Peter Harlambous.
This is the third judge in just 1 week to block elements of President Trump's attempt to increase federal oversight over elections. And at this point, both of his executive orders on elections have been blocked by the courts.
Supreme Court says the maker of Roundup weed killer can't be sued under state law for failing to warn users about the product's alleged cancer risk because the EPA didn't require a warning. Supreme Court conservative majorities today ruled that the government can keep asylum seekers from entering the U.S. and can cancel the temporary protected status granted to Haitians and Syrians. After deadly earthquakes overnight in Venezuela, at least 188 people are dead, nearly 1,000 others injured. The airport's damaged, says ABC's Marcus Moore.
We understand that one of the runways was cracked, so that will undoubtedly affect the emergency response that is really just now getting underway. The power is out in parts of the country, and people being evacuated from businesses and buildings. And so these are, without a doubt, the most critical hours in the race to save people who may be trapped in the rubble.
I'm Marcus Moore, and you're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
Inflation's ticked up higher than the 3.8% of last month, says ABC's Jim Ryan.
The Fed's Board of Governors would like to see an annual inflation rate of 2% before lowering interest rates. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Index hasn't hit that mark since early 2021, and last month inflation accelerated 4.1% over May of last year, nearly guaranteeing not a rate cut anytime soon, but an interest rate hike at the Fed's next meeting in July.
Fewer Americans applied for unemployment benefits last week, says the Labor Department. Europe's deadly heat wave not letting up. In London, ABC's James Longman.
The Spanish Health Ministry says 212 people died from the heat between Sunday and Thursday alone. France again shattering records, reporting its hottest day ever as Paris hit 105 degrees, Madrid reaching 107 and London 102.
Google and the TSA are teaming up to allow passengers to get screened without having to carry a physical ID. It's called touchless ID, already offered via TSA PreCheck on certain airlines. People with a Google Wallet and an Android phone can scan their passports in, and facial recognition will also be used to confirm identities. ABC's Sam Sweeney.
If you don't have an Android or you don't have Google Wallet, you can still load your information with most of the major U.S. airlines. It's now available in roughly 65 airports, but you can expect it to grow in the coming months and years.
Chuck Severson, ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Looking for an auto repair shop you can actually trust? McCullough's Auto Repair has been serving Delco since 1999. They believe honesty, fairness, and friendly service still matter. Chuck and Ralph run the place. No matter your car's issue, they'll explain it in plain English and help you decide what really needs to be done now and what can wait. Chuck's motto is, I'll never steer you wrong. Call McCullough's at 610-446-1230 and ask for Chuck or Ralph. Or visit McCullough'sAutoRepair.com.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy. Pretty much hands off, They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief. The best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
WPHT, WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
All right, it's Rich Herrera filling in today here on WPHT. Thanks for joining us. I was just looking at the YouTube stream. I don't know if I like this setup in here, fellas. Matt and Justin back in the studio. This is my home studio that I would do all my national sports talk shows from, and then this is the studio upstairs. It's basically third level of our home that I turned into a broadcast studio. So I go on Newsmax on the weekends a lot, so this is where I sit and do the Newsmax thing, but I just don't know how this setup is. So if I look really, really fat, just remember that YouTube puts 75 pounds on you, so just so you know, right? Otherwise they're going to take my GLP-1 away from me, which is I've lost a ton of weight, and everybody goes, you must be really working out. I'm like, yeah, I take a shot once a week. It's awesome. So if you want to comment on YouTube, and we had a bunch of people just arguing back and forth on YouTube about Philly sports fans, right? In the Philadelphia teams?
Yeah, that's pretty
okay, good. Hey, whatever I could do to help you out today. Not that I'm making this a sports talk show, but I would like to crowdsource this afternoon, now that it's, 4:08, and you're getting ready to go home on this Thursday. I would like to crowdsource just a little bit. So I'm just going to tell you a couple things that I think are the God's honest truth. Okay, number one, soccer sucks. Okay, Justin, sorry to tell you that. I hate soccer. I hate everything about soccer. I think soccer will lead to the downfall of Western culture, and I'll tell you why. Right? When did we become so soft? Right? I'm Gen X. I remember being cut from football, and the coach always warned us, hey, listen, we're going to cut you. You better wear shorts underneath, because when we cut you, we're taking that uniform away from you, and we'll send you home in your underwear. And guess what? They did. Okay? As Gen X, you learn how to lose, get back up. We were latchkey kids. We weren't soft. Then all of a sudden, kids start playing soccer. They got to have orange slices, and everybody wants to play for a tie, and ties are okay. And we lost all about meritocracy. So I could go on about how much I hate soccer for hours, because I think it's the worst thing that ever happened to the U.S., that we've adopted a lot of these things. Where does participation trophies come from? Soccer. Where does the lack of the lack of drive come from? Soccer. Where do we learn that everybody's a winner, everybody's special? Soccer. It's led to the younger generations, millennials, and now really Gen Z. You're soft because of soccer. It changed our culture, and not for a good way. So I'm not a big soccer fan. If you want to challenge me on that, go ahead. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210, the number for you to join us here on WPHT, those of you just tuning in. My name is Rich Herrera. I am a talk show host down in Virginia at our sister station, WRVA. And they said, hey, Rich, do you want to fill in? I said, absolutely. So they said, you can take over, and if you don't get yanked off the air in the first hour, you've done okay. Don't cause too much mayhem. Okay. First hour went through okay. But this hour, I want to crowdsource. I need a little bit of help. Matt, Justin, you guys are right there. Philadelphia is one of the host cities for the World Cup. A lot of people are talking about how much the Euros love the United States of America. And I see all these videos. Now, I will tell you this. I am not on TikTok. I hate TikTok. I hate TikTok influencers. Although, Matt, I will tell you this, just so I could brag a little bit, right? I am now a professional influencer that gets paid for my content. I just want to share that with you, right?
Please explain.
Well, I now get money from social media companies for the content that I post. So I've so far made, as a professional influencer, I think I'm now up to $8.49 that I've been paid for my content. So I'm just like those influencers, right? That's all it is. You put stuff up, people click on it enough, you get paid. Some people get paid millions. I so far have made $8.39 from my inane clips of my radio show. But that does make me professional, right?
I think so, and you got to start somewhere.
Right. So listen, I'm kind of a big deal at this. So I am now a professional influencer. I'm a talk show host. I've been published with op-eds on the Hill, and I'm a cable TV contributor. So, I think I can make these statements that soccer is the worst thing that's ever happened to the United States, and people should believe me. I mean, I'm not hurting your feelings, am I, Justin?
I've heard the same thing so many times. I've just kind of become a little numb to it. So
just like shut up, Herrera, move on.
You can call it whatever you want. I believe that everybody has a right to their own opinion, and I respect your opinion on soccer.
See, look at how I've already spread my DNA around WPHT. My opening remark was, I'm going to respect you, but I demand you respect me. The fellas back in the studio are going with that. Good, let's run with that.
I tried to get into it this weekend, but I just couldn't. I've been in North Carolina the last several days. I was vacationing with my girlfriend and her family, and we went. We were grilling, and we were watching the game that was unfolding at Foxborough Stadium on Sunday. I think it was England versus Ghana. Right. But anyway, at one point, it was late in the soccer match. Two players collide while they're going for a ball, and the way they reacted was just outlandish. I was legitimately concerned the British guy may never walk again. It looked as though he had stepped on a bear trap. And then within 30 seconds, he goes from being on the ground looking like he's going to need a mobility scooter for the rest of his life. Suddenly, he's sprinting down the field as if nothing had happened. And by the way, the game ended in a 0-0 tie, so that's as much as I could invest in it. I'm out. I don't care.
Justin, reaction?
He genuinely picked out of all of the games. This World Cup has actually been pretty exciting to watch, but of course,
I believe that we will win.
I believe that we will win. I
believe that we will win. You know where that started, right?
Seattle Sounders.
No.
Oh no, that's another one. Another cringe chant that
I believe that we will win.
That's the U.S. national team.
Win. Right, but where did that chant start?
Oh,
come on, you guys! I know this.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to international soccer as much as I do club soccer in Europe. Oh, so where did it start from? I'm actually curious.
So that actually started in Annapolis, Maryland, at the United States Naval Academy
yes.
Prep School at NAPS. The prep school started that chant just for their teams, and then it was taken over and adopted by the U.S. men's team because they haven't come up with anything original. That's why they're using "Take Me Home, Country Road." Just let me sample from everybody else like a rapper. But okay, so let me just stop because like I said, I just go on and tell you how much I hate soccer, but that's not what I want to do right now. What I want to talk about is I need confirmation from people in Philadelphia today. Because the second thing I'll tell you is I don't trust TikTok. I don't trust influencers outside of me because I'm a professional influencer now. I don't trust anybody on social media, and I'm seeing all these social media accounts saying how much the Europeans and everybody that's visiting the United States for the World Cup is just digging our culture. So I'm going to crowdsource right now from Philadelphia and the audience here at WPHT, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Do you believe all of these social media reports that we've been seeing of Europeans guzzling Rich dressing like it's going out of style, right? They drank all the beer in Boston. They're going to Buc-ee's. They're going to Wawa. They're having the best time. They are so blown away that we have all-you-can-drink soda for $3.25 when you go to a restaurant. See, look, on the camera right here, I got my Buc-ee's cup. Right, I'm a big Buc-ee's fan. Have you guys been to one before?
Oh, I love Buc-ee's.
It's like my one place I really, really want to go to just to see if the hype lives up to it.
It's for real.
Bruh.
Who would have thought like the brisket at a gas station could be that good?
Bruh, it's that good. I drove, the Buc-ee's nearest me is about almost hour 45. I drove for brisket 2 weeks ago. It's that good. And then I went shopping. It's awesome, right? It is awesome. If you've never been to a Buc-ee's. Now, you guys are obviously Wawa guys, I guess, right?
I'm technically a Wawa guy, although
Wawa Sheets?
Yeah.
Wawa till I die.
Okay, I'm Wawa, okay? Now take Wawa. If Wawa were a superhero, okay? Justice League of America, if Wawa were a superhero, Wawa would be Robin, okay? Good superhero, can fight Joker, hold his own, really good, okay? But in the pantheon of greatness, Buc-ee's would be Superman. That's what Buc-ee's is like. It's the size of a Walmart with just nothing but food and stuff you really don't need, but you buy because you can.
And the bathrooms are incredible.
The bathrooms are incredible, and they're so clean. And there's a bazillion of them. And literally, I'm not making this up, fellas, over 100 gas pumps.
Oh, my God.
Over 100 gas pumps, right? That's why I said, listen, I love Wawa, right? I like getting a little screen. Don't laugh, my favorite thing, pepperoni sandwich is to die for. I have one every morning on my way to work. I stop by the Wawa, get one on my way to the radio station down here in Richmond. Love it.
Every morning?
Big fan of Wawa. Okay? But this is just incredibly, and again, Wawa's in every neighborhood. Buc-ee's is only on the side of the road where a bazillion cars go by. But we're having Europeans go to Buc-ee's and they're like, boom, blown away. They go to Walmart, boom, blown away. They go to Texas Roadhouse, and the fact that they put the rolls in front of you and you can eat as many rolls as you want, you don't get that in Europe. And then they're just blown away. There's one that's gone viral of a guy that's like, can I have another soda? Sure. How much is that going to be? There's free refills. What? How many sodas can I drink? I don't know, as many as you want. He sat there chugging sodas all day long. And he's telling you, I don't get that in Europe. So here's what I'm going to ask. I need you to help me today. You guys know the number, 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. I just want to know, is all of this hype that I'm seeing on social media, I'm not on TikTok because I hate TikTok, but because it's a bunch of whiny crybabies that are Gen Z. But I am on Instagram. If you want to find me, it's Rich for America. Rich for America is my social media handle. But, on Facebook where all the old people are, Instagram I'll watch, and then X where all the maniacs hang out. I'm seeing all these videos popping up of these Europeans just falling in love with American culture. Have you seen that in Philadelphia with the World Cup matches being played and the fans coming into town? Have you come across any Europeans that are just blown away at American culture, at the excess we have, the size of the food, the size of the meals we have, the fact that you can drink all the soda you can, the fact that we have something that they don't have in Europe, which is ranch dressing, which is really how we know that God loves us, because we have ranch dressing, fellas.
That is a good theory.
It's one of those things. How do you know that, God bless the United States? Because we have ranch dressing and no one else does. Like, I'm not a world traveler. Up until last year, I had never left the United States. I never had a desire to leave the United States of America. There's plenty of places I haven't seen here. But radio station did a trip with listeners. And they said, Rich, you're going to be the host. You're going to go take listeners on a trip. We went to Italy. It was really cool. Okay, I didn't have a desire to go, but I took a Colette trip. We went to Italy. It was awesome. Then I just went to Ireland last year, and then we just booked 2 more trips. I'm going to take a group of listeners to Scotland, and then I'm going to take one to France. So I've been out of the country twice. I had a good time. I learned some stuff, appreciated some stuff. But watching these Europeans come over here to the United States of America has been crazy. But I also see all the news channels putting these videos up. I just want to know from people that are on the ground here in Philadelphia, is this legit? Are you meeting Europeans that are just blown away at American culture? They're blown away at our food. They're blown away at our ranch dressing, the fact that we get all-you-can-drink sodas for $3.28. The fact that they drank all the beer in a town in Boston, pretty cool. I just want to know if it's real, or is it, mainstream media playing games with us. Here's the number for you to call us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. The number for you to join us. Because here's what I'm really enjoying about all of this. I watched television when I was in Italy and when I was in Ireland, and the only thing I got was European television, and you would have thought that the United States was the scariest, ugliest, rotten, lousiest place in the whole wide world. Awful place to be. Now, when I see these reports from the Europeans, they're like, this is not what they told us America was going to be like. I actually saw legitimate news reports where Europeans were like, I expected to be greeted with ICE officers with submachine guns running around grabbing people off the street. I expected to be mugged as soon as I walked in. I expected there to be riots, and looking around like, dude, this country's pretty cool.
They don't want you to know what real freedom looks like.
Or maybe I don't want them all to understand, because then they're going to move over here. I don't know.
They get a little bit of ranch dressing. They finally get to experience what air conditioning is, and they don't want to go back.
No, they get ranch dressing. Listen, I drink so much Diet Coke. I drink more Coke than Donald Trump. More Diet Coke in the morning than Donald Trump. And it just killed me, because in Europe, they don't serve, unless you ask. If you're American, they know they give you your soda with a couple cubes of ice. But they're little tiny sodas, and they're like €2 a piece. And for me, I'm going to drink like 10 of those little baby soda cans with breakfast. So these guys are used to that. Here they come in, let me refill. They think it's great. I want to know, have you experienced any Europeans that just tell you, like, I love America. This is the greatest place in the whole wide world. And if that's the case, then maybe I won't hate soccer that much. 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Let's go to Kevin at Bucks County. Kevin, welcome. You're on WPHT. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What's going on, brother?
I was just not much, sir. It's a good show. I met Justin and Matt finally at a charity Christmas party, and they probably met my daughter's boyfriend, who's from Belgium. And when he came in, he's like, I never liked American food, but this Texas Roadhouse is really good. And my parents being immigrants, my mom believes people love ranch because it's buttermilk based.
Yeah.
So Germans, we all love buttermilk, and it just wasn't a thing for the as a dressing. So
and by the way, buttermilk really didn't come out until the 70s anyway. It's not like across the country ranch dressing. I remember when Hidden Valley Ranch started. I was a kid, so it had to be in the 70s. I don't remember I remember one point ever saying, like, oh, you can have ranch dressing. You can have this on top of your salad instead of Thousand Island. And then I never really even tried it until I got to high school. I'm like, wow, I love ranch dressing. And now, dude, you send me to Hooters, I'm dipping. Okay, don't yell at me because I go to Hooters. But I dip, give me 5 things of ranch and I'm going to pour it over my head.
Right. Well, but buttermilk has been a thing in Europe for, centuries.
Right,
so,
right.
I was telling Matt that British guy that bumped into the other guy and then whined and stuff, he's a proper see you next Tuesday.
Oh, stop. Between you and that other, you guys are Stalker's going to pull me off the air right now. Just say he's a
I'm
little.
the one that owns GregStalkerSucks.com. I own that.
Wait a minute, you what?
Own GregStalkerSucks.com.
Do I have time to go down the rabbit hole with this, fellas?
Yeah, you go. I wheel out. Yeah.
I did not understand.
Charity. It's charity. It's for charity. Go check it out and make a donation. But anyway,
what? No. Listen, I talk to Greg all the time. I love Greg Stalker. He's a great guy. But now I'm going to have to question the people I associate with. There's a Greg Stalker Sucks website. What's on there?
You go. It's spoiler. It's a donation page for a charity event that the station helps run.
Okay.
And Greg loves it because I made a T-shirt.
Okay, I was going to make sure it's not like anime. It's not like anime or something that I'm going to get in trouble. HR is going to go. There's a boss button.
Party.org, nothing like that. No, just go to it. You'll thank me. Matt and Justin both know. But here is a quote to end all quotes regarding soccer.
Yes, sir.
If God had wanted us to play soccer, He would never have given us arms. Mike Ditka.
Okay, I'm just getting you. I've just boom, drop the mic. Get him out of here, Kevin. Thank you. I'm sincerely afraid if I keep letting people like Kevin on, guys, that I'm going to be back tomorrow because they told me I could do 2 days, and now I'm a little worried over here. Okay, number for you to join us. Please help me out. 855-839-1210. Here's what I'm looking for. Have you actually met a real European visitor or someone from around the world that's visiting here in Philadelphia? Have you had any interaction with them? I know there's somebody has. I just want to know if this is real because I don't believe the hype that I'm seeing on social media. I don't believe social media. It's not real. But if you tell me you've met someone who just raves about American culture, dude, I need to hear this from you this afternoon here on WPHT. Number for you to join us, 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. I'm Rich Herrera. Matt back in the studio laughing at Justin because he can't justify his desire to watch this sport that is the ruination of the Western civilization because they taught us that you don't have to keep score. They taught us that everybody can make the team, and they taught us that ties were okay. It's led to the beta male experience of the latest generation, and I'm hoping that we can reverse that. But I'll give that up if we have people that will go back to their countries and go, dude, bruh, America's cool. America's fire. I'd love to hear if you've run into some of those people, or is this just more nonsense that I'm seeing on social media that's not real? 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. My name is Rich Herrera, filling in today and tomorrow. You're listening to Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
A well-organized home isn't a luxury, it's a practical upgrade. Closet Factory designs and installs custom storage for closets, pantries, garages, and home offices, built to fit your space and your needs. You'll work with a designer, choose the look, and get professional installation, so the project stays simple and the results last. Start with a free design consultation at closetfactory.com. That's closetfactory.com.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Pinterest is looking to fight increasing AI slop with the help of Amazon's cloud services. Pinterest announced a $4 billion deal with Amazon Web Services to modernize the social media platform, with Pinterest saying it's addressing complaints of AI-generated slop. Pinterest says curators are suffering from frequently hacked accounts, with automated bots initiating false suspensions for spam violations. I'm Jason Brooks.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-384-9393. That's 800-384-9393.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
For a complete list of Talk Radio 1210 WPHT's contest rules, go to 1210WPHT.com/rules.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Yeah, I like it. Little Mississippi Queen. This afternoon on WPHT, the voice you hear at 4:33 is Rich Herrera. You're like, who is this guy? I'm going to fill in for you the next couple of days. If you love the show, tell everybody, and if not, you can call and yell at Matt and Justin. You guys know the number. 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. It's Talk Radio 1210, WPHT. It's the afternoon show. I'll be in with you today and tomorrow, unless we get more very delightful ladies calling up, cursing at us again, and the boys don't hit the dump button. But I did learn that there is a website, GregStalkerSucks.com, And my brother just sent me a text. He goes, dude, I want that. I said, what, GregStalkerSucks.com? He goes, no, I'm going to buy Rich Herrera is a big fat loser and he sucks.com. So I guess I'm afraid of what he's going to attach to that, but we'll see. All right, you guys know the number 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. I'm not buying this whole idea that Europe is falling in love with America by coming to the World Cup unless I get confirmation from somebody here on WPHT. Have you met a Euro that has just fallen in love with America and thinks our culture is great? Because you never hear that from the liberal elites that live in New York and Los Angeles and Chicago that, look down their nose that, we love the NFL, we love baseball, we love college football, we love all-you-can-eat buffets. They kind of like, ugh, those ugly Americans. But now we're seeing real Europeans. And that's the thing about this World Cup. Again, I hate soccer. Justin, sorry. We're friends, but you're the sport you love is stupid.
All I can say is I respect your opinion.
No, unless you can defend me, and I've tried this forever, I just don't get it. There's ties, some guy gets hurt, and all of a sudden you feel like I'm ready for them to bring the bone saw out and amputate his leg there on the field, and then he gets up and runs.
There's always bad faith actors in every single kind. Like look at how the NBA has recently become a flopping with SGA.
Hey, look, SGA flops, but I'm not out there with a crash cart. Clear!
I will say they do overly exaggerate it in soccer.
Just you think, Captain Obvious?
Not to the extent people overblow how blatant it can be. There are definitely extreme cases, but there's extreme cases in every sport where that happens.
Okay, listen, we don't know what time the game ends. We don't even know how much time's left in the game. Oh, we're going to play an extra 5 minutes and 37 seconds. How do I know it's 5 minutes and 37 seconds? We don't know. It's called injury timeout. I'll put it to you this way. I've got a nephew. He's 10 years old. His name's Kane. He's built like a tank. Love that kid. Right now, he is playing his first year of organized football. I'm very proud of him. I could sit down and explain to him, he's built like me. He's got this huge, ginormous head, and he's a pretty powerful little kid. And I talk to him. He lives out in California, so I don't get a chance to work with him. But we'll sit and talk about technique and football, and I'll tell him, keep your center of gravity low, feet spread out, fight with your hands. So we talk about football and stuff. There's something to talk about. I'm so glad he's not playing soccer. Like my wife, when my son was old enough, she looked at me before he even asked. She goes, he's never going to play soccer. And I said, okay, I'm good with that. And she goes, you want to know why? I said, why? She goes, because I don't want to sit there and watch little kids run around in circles playing soccer. I'll go watch T-ball. I'm never going to watch soccer. So my son didn't even have the choice whether he wanted to play soccer or not. Very proud. That's why I love my wife so much. Very proud of my nephew playing football, the real football, unlike the soccer hooligans that run around. But again, I keep seeing this. But I guess I'm Justin, I'm going to have to change my tune on this a little bit. I'm going to evolve right here. Like a caterpillar turning into a beautiful butterfly with my appreciation. I'm going to have to learn to appreciate soccer just a touch, because what I'm seeing here of Europeans, if it's true, and I'm still waiting, this might be a unicorn where it's really not true. People are just telling us this. But if it's true that the rest of the world is actually seeing real America and experiencing Delaware County, New Jersey, they're going to Cracker Barrels, they're going to Buc-ee's, and they actually see what real American culture is, then maybe I'm okay with soccer if it shows the real world, or shows the world what America's all about and why this is the greatest country the good Lord's ever created. Again, I'm looking for that one person that can confirm. Fellas, have you seen anybody walking around wearing an England jersey or a Germany jersey or some other country, and they're walking around just big smile on their face? They're bloated because they've had all-you-could-drink soda, and they went to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and they're standing out there eating cheesesteaks going, America's the greatest country in the whole wide world.
I have seen something close to that, although I didn't explicitly hear anyone say America is the greatest country in the whole wide world.
Okay, share this with
me. So I had a friend visiting from out of town, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and he had never had a cheesesteak before, and he desperately wanted to try one, so I took him.
Wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean he'd never had never had
Not
a
like
cheesesteak before?
an official Philly cheesesteak. He had never been in Philadelphia before.
Like he had been to the food court and got a whatever they call them, Charlie's. Charlie's cheesesteak or something, whatever it is.
I'm sure he got something similar at Arby's, but it's not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
No.
With, right?
Yeah. So we went to South Philly and we hit Pat's. And to be clear, he was visiting from out of town. It had nothing to do with soccer. He hates soccer just like any good American does.
Okay, good.
Not like Justin. But there were a ton of European soccer fans there, and they were all enjoying cheesesteaks, taking photos. They looked like they were having a great time. So I think the hype is real. And I know last week The Atlantic published an article about international travelers visiting America for the first time to attend the World Cup. And as you might guess, in The Atlantic, the article argued that social posts describing America as favorable, they're not based in reality. I think that was like the exact quote they used.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, but their reasoning, I think, was all wrong. They dedicate like a pretty substantial portion of that article criticizing the social media poster that's now going by the name Freddie. He was like this soccer fan from Germany who I think has almost 1 million followers now, but he was documenting these amazing experiences he's had while in America. I think he went to Waffle House. He tried barbecue. I think he even went to NASA or something. But anyway, The Atlantic speculated that Freddie's intentions were not pure, and they criticized him for remaining anonymous. And I kind of understand why he might want to remain anonymous, because I feel like if they identify him, The Atlantic or some other like left-leaning outlet, they're gonna like just spend the next 2 weeks dredging up Freddie's old social media posts, and then they'll hold like a Facebook Nuremberg trial to try to figure in their op-ed section. It'll be horrible. So I don't think that. I think that America, if the world experienced America, they would enjoy it. And my proof is this. I looked this up. I was curious.
Okay.
So U.S. ranks first in tourism revenue and third in total international visitors annually. I feel like if people didn't like it, they'd stop coming. I just think you have a bunch of like think piece journalists who regularly dunk on the United States. They can't fathom a world where people actually view U.S. culture favorably.
Well, what is U.S. culture is where I was going to go next. Since you brought it up, I was going to do that in the next segment. What really is U.S. culture? Because I've got the cultural elites, New York, Los Angeles, East Coast, West Coast. Their culture is a lot different, and I'll give you a perfect example of that. The movie industry right now. Guys, the new big movie's coming out this week is Supergirl, and people say it stinks. It's supposed to be awful. I'm very disappointed. I love superhero movies, but I haven't seen a good one because of, the culture that people think that we have in America that's not very good. So they've leaned away from Truth, Justice, the American Way with Superman. They make Supergirl. I'm surprised she's not wearing a beanie and having a nose ring and a couple tats and being mad at the patriarchy, which kind of is the vibe that I get from the movie. They look at people that go to Buc-ee's, look down their nose at them. They look at people that go to Cracker Barrel, their nose down at them. They look at the real people that actually work. And that's the one thing about this World Cup is because they've dropped teams into Kansas City in places that normally are flyby, these other countries' citizens are actually getting to see the real America. They're not going to Nobu and having sushi for $500 a plate. They're going to get biscuits and gravy at Cracker Barrel. They're going to get Buc-ee's. They're going to McDonald's. They're going to real things that real Americans experience every day that most of the New York elites look down their nose because, hey, I enjoy Wawa. I enjoy getting biscuits and gravy at Cracker Barrel. I enjoy going to Disneyland. I enjoy going to the rodeo. I enjoy all these things that are true American culture, but the elites here don't consider it to be worthy of being called culture. These Europeans look at it, and again, I've only been to Europe twice in the last year. First 2 times I ever went. Dude, everybody wears a Yankee or a Dodger cap walking around. not because they like the Yankees or Dodgers. Those Europeans like America. You know the funny thing I saw, fellas? Bunch of people wearing T-shirts, random old school T-shirts of just places from America, and they were full-on Europeans, but they just had a random, Delray Beach, Florida tourist T-shirt that you get for $5 in the gas station. They wore that around proudly because it was a little piece of America. So that's why I think that there are Europeans that are enjoying their time here. I just need to hear from somebody to confirm that all of these social media posts I see are correct. You guys know the number 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. We're also streaming live on YouTube. I'm not sure I like the YouTube picture. The one that I have in my studio at my radio station, I look younger and thinner. So I'll tell everybody that YouTube puts 75 pounds on you. So I'm actually a lot better looking than the shows you on YouTube. And, of course, because I am now a professional social media influencer with under $10 made on Facebook, my opinion does matter more than everybody else. All right, 855-839-1210. My name is Rich Herrera. Why would these Europeans love America more than the liberals that we have here that write for the Atlantic? Why do these Europeans that are posting the videos love America more than the libs that live here but yet hate their homeland? We'll talk about that next. It is 4:45. Again, Rich Herrera filling in for the next couple days here on Talk Radio 1210. This is WPHT.
Summer's meant for making memories somewhere between here and there, and the right vehicle makes every mile memorable. Right now at Tri-County Toyota, you can finance a new 2026 Toyota Tundra for as low as 2.99% APR. Plus, every vehicle comes with our Tri-County for Life guarantee. Visit us at 15 L&D Drive or online at tricountytoyota.com. 3 counties, 1 priority. You. With approved credit, final price includes $490 doc fee plus tax, tag, title, and other government charges. Expires 6/30/2026. See dealer for details.
You matter, and so does your well-being. If you're facing tough moments, struggling with anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, or substance use, help is here anytime you need it. Call, text, or chat 988 for free confidential support. New Jersey's 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here 24/7 for you or someone you love, with trained counselors who listen and care without judgment. You matter. Remember New Jersey's 988. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
This is Mike Quick. PDQ POS is the MVP of point-of-sale solutions. Easy to use with the best support in the industry. And it doesn't take a bite out of your sales with costly fees. It's the choice of all concept food service businesses across the country. PDQ POS has real-time analytics and insights to evaluate your team and your play call. PDQ POS has been rated the #1 point of sale by restaurant owners for more than 35 years. So don't wait. Make the switch. PDQ POS today. Visit pdqpos.com.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhaus with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
In Philadelphia, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers. And on the sidelines, we cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 80 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Philadelphia. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. They still gave me a medal. I don't want a reward for doing. I want a reward for dominating. Like Daily Prize Matcher on Bet365. I play for free and win real rewards, like up to $5,000 in cash weekly. Unlike that joker in denim. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply.
Summer is here, and that means pool days and patio nights. But is your uneven concrete making your backyard feel more like a construction zone than a vacation spot? Stop worrying about stubbed toes and stumbles. Keystone Guncrete can level your pool deck and patio quickly and cleanly, saving you thousands over the cost of pouring new concrete. We'll have your backyard party ready before your water even gets warm. Head to KeystoneGuncrete.com. Remember, Guncrete is spelled with a K. Mention 1210 and we'll take $50 off your project.
This is the energy of the Acura Integra. The energy of speed. With available Type S 320 horsepower VTEC turbo engine. And the energy of control. With available 6-speed manual transmission. The Acura Integra. This is the energy of innovation. Acura, precision crafted performance.
Visit Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester for a test drive today.
Streams are where our kids play. And dogs splash. Many provide the water we drink. But are those streams clean and safe? For most local streams, no one knows. That's a problem. One the Isaac Walton League of America can help you solve with the Clean Water Challenge. To learn more and get involved, visit iwla.org. That's iwla.org.
You can now tune in to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, it's Rich Herrera with you here on WPHT, filling in this afternoon. Those of you just tuning in, my name is Rich. I work at the Odyssey sister station down in Virginia. I host the morning news at WRVA in Richmond, but they said, hey, Rich, would you like to fill in? Everybody's going on vacation. You want to sit in for a couple days? Like, yeah, love to. So I'll be with you for the next couple days. And I kind of explained in the first hour in case you missed it. So I'd been a long-time sports talk show host and club broadcaster. Worked for 5 different baseball teams. I was on satellite radio for a long time on the baseball channel. Worked for 1, 2, 3. I think I've had like 4 or 5 different national radio shows. As a pre and post game show host, and was a sideline reporter forever. But like a lot of people in sports, I saw what was going on with the country, and quite honestly, I got tired of being told to shut up, stick to sports. And I said, well, wait a minute, you have all those clowns over at ESPN saying what they're saying. Why can't I give my opinion? Nope, nobody wants to hear your opinion. Stick to sports. And I didn't like any of that we saw how woke everything was getting in sports. So I said, okay, if I don't like what they're doing over there, would I be any different if I talked about politics and culture in sports? If I don't like them doing it, then I shouldn't do it as well. So I said, you know what? I'm going to I'll give back my sports talk show. Let me do news talk and be able to talk like real Americans. So the one thing that I see in this country is nobody listens to us anymore, or at least it feels like nobody listens to us. And what I've discovered is that we have hit the mute button as a conservative, as a patriotic American. We have self-muted ourselves. So we just stopped talking because we think that nobody was listening. But here's what I'll tell you. Because I'm so close to D.C., I'll go up to the Capitol, and I talk to senators and congressmen all the time on my news show. And I go down to the Commonwealth Capitol in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm there and watching all this going on and people scuttling about. And I've noticed that conservatives and Republicans just don't speak up the way that liberal activists do. So I go and I watch all these people, and they're showing up with different T-shirts every day. It's the same 30 people, but they look like this big army. They speak up, but the rest of us, because we think nobody's listening, we just stop talking. Well, I think it's time for we, the people, to speak up one more time, to understand that we do have a voice. So I'm going to do something a little crazy on the afternoon show here on WPHT. Next hour, guys, in fact, Matt, Justin, I hope you're okay with this. And I hope Greg Stocker doesn't just yank me off the air in the middle of this. I'm going to do a little experiment. I want to do a first-time caller hour. I mean, I listen to talk radio a lot. I listen to WPHT on the Odyssey app. And there's times where I'm listening. Let's say in the morning show I'm listening to them do Fight Club. And I'm talking to the radio as if they can hear me. And I bet a bunch of you do the same thing. I do that all the time. I listen to talk radio, listen to a podcast. I'm like, oh, and I just start talking to the radio as if they can hear me. Because we do want to be heard. But we just think nobody pays attention. So I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna throw a little bit of curveball, fellas. If you don't mind, are you good with this?
Go for it.
Okay, this hour, in the 5 o'clock hour, I'm gonna make it a first-time caller hour. If you're a first-time caller and you've listened to talk radio and you listen to everybody on this radio station, you listen to Kayla and Company, listen to Dom, you listen to the afternoon show, you listen all day long, and you talk to your radio, but you've never called in before. Today is your day. I'm going to dedicate the next hour to first-time callers, people that have never called a talk show before in their life. About time for you to step up and make your voice heard. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. Fellas, I'm going to make it a little bit easier. Like, there are some big cases that came down today with the Supreme Court. We've had a lot of fun on the show today. There was some immigration cases that have come down. I got John Thune fighting with Donald Trump. And I've got Bill Cassidy, who's leaving the Senate. He got voted out, telling Donald Trump to sit down. I can get into all of that. There's so much I can get into. But I'm going to make it easy for first-time callers that listen to talk radio that have never thought of even calling in before. I'm going to give you a real simple story. Okay? This is kind of personal. You ready? 855-839-1210. Matt, Justin, did you see the story about that woman who got fired for stealing a garbage can?
At the Knicks celebration.
The Knicks celebration, right? So this woman sees this garbage can, and it's Knicks colored as they have their championship. So what did she do? She took it. She stole it. She dumped the garbage on the ground, stole the garbage can, caught on video. It turns out she worked at some big bank where she was in the DEI department. So they figure, okay, first of all, why are you dumping the garbage in the middle of the street? Why are you stealing this garbage can? And you guys don't do anything anyway in DEI. So she just got fired. I thought about it. I'm going to be completely candid and honest with you. I have stolen things in my younger days when I drank a lot. Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. Matt, Justin, have you ever stolen anything?
One time. One time.
Okay, don't tell me yet. Wait for the next hour. Folks, I know there's somebody listening right now. I'm going to ask you, just make it simple and easy. You can give me a fake name. I don't care. Have you ever stolen anything in your life? I have. I will tell you this. I'm notorious for stealing things from bars when I'm really heated up. What have you stolen? Open it up. Just tell me. 855-839-1210. When you were a little kid, did you ever steal a candy bar? Did you ever swipe money out of your mom's purse? Did you get drunk and steal shot glasses from bars? Yeah, that's what I want to hear right now. Okay, you guys know the number, 855-839-1210. First-time callers encouraged to participate in this section of the show as we talk about larceny. I'm Rich Herrera. Thanks for joining us, everybody. One more hour to go. This is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
If you own a business, you've heard it all. From fast funding to easy approvals, everyone says the same thing. LendSeek is different. We show you what you actually qualify for. LendSeek's AI-enabled platform matches you with funding options with no guesswork. Up to $5 million in as fast as 24 hours. If you've been in business over a year, doing at least $50,000 per month, apply for free with zero out-of-pocket costs and access to over 100 lenders. Start ready, stay ready. LendSeek.com. LendSeek.com.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey, shh. Listen. Do you hear that? It's your heart. Chances are you take that precious sound for granted. And if you're like a lot of Americans, 1/3 to be exact, you're not doing anything to prevent heart disease. So what if a cardiologist told you exactly how best to love your heart? Would you listen then? Go to clevelandclinic.org/loveyourheart and learn what really matters and what doesn't when it comes to that lovable heart of yours.
Alcoholics Anonymous. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There is a solution. You can find us at aa.org.
News. I'm Chuck Severson. The deadly earthquakes over 7 magnitudes overnight in Venezuela leave at least 188 people dead, nearly 1,000 others injured as search and rescue operations continue.
We finally got out of the apartment, and it was chaos, Everybody, all my neighbors were on the street screaming, crying, yelling, It was really hysterical,
Armando Nori lives in hard-hit Caracas.
We are not prepared for this. We've been living under a government that's neglecting every aspect of the civilian life for the past almost 30 years.
The U.S. is sending search and rescue crews from Los Angeles and Virginia. Iran attacked a ship in the Strait of Hormuz with a drone today, says a U.S. official. ABC's Louis Martinez covers the Pentagon.
What we have from a U.S. official is that, yes, there was an Iranian attack on a vessel that was carried out by an Iranian drone that caused some damage to the ship's bridge.
It's first attack since Iran and the U.S. signed that initial agreement. 7 arrests and 18 police reports are alleged by the National Park Service in what it claims was vandalism that led to the algae-filled and sealer flaking of the reflecting pond at the Lincoln Memorial, also alleging graffiti at the Washington Monument and fuel lines cut at Great American State Fair. A federal judge has blocked part of a President Trump executive order that would mandate how states would run their mail-in voting operations. Supreme Court conservative majorities today ruled that the government can keep asylum seekers from entering the U.S. and can cancel the temporary protected status granted to Haitians and Syrians. Makes no sense, says Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey, a Democrat, saying immigrant families can be deported.
Who fled devastating earthquakes and violence in their own countries.
Similar argument being made by Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, a Republican. You're listening to ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
I've been telling you all about the secret war on our cash and the free report you can receive a copy of by contacting Swiss America at 800-289-2646. I'd also like to encourage you to subscribe to their podcast on YouTube. Just search Swiss America Trading. The podcast can provide you a ton of vital information and financial news in the challenging and uncertain times we're in. Subscribe today. Learn more about BRICS, industry leaders, and their market predictions for the future, along with what you might expect to see in terms of precious metal performance in the weeks and months ahead. Message and data rates may apply.
The Supreme Court ruled that the maker of Roundup weed killer can't be sued under state law for failing to warn users about the product's alleged cancer risk because the EPA didn't require a warning. On Wall Street, the tech-heavy NASDAQ closed only slightly lower despite Micron Technology stock surging after blockbuster earnings. Apple stock pulled the NASDAQ down on news that they would be increasing the cost of its Macs and iPads. Microsoft also fell after announcing they will be raising Xbox prices. Iran update from ABC News contributor and expert on Middle East policy, Javed Ali.
Will Israel withdraw fully from southern Lebanon, even if that's what the U.S. wants? Unclear, because Hezbollah is still attacking Israel as well, and Israel has a right to defend itself. But we have heard time and time again the Iranians say they are going to demand a full Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon because Hezbollah is their most important partner in the region.
Google and the TSA are teaming up to allow passengers to get screened without having to carry a physical ID. It is called touchless ID, already offered via TSA PreCheck on certain airlines. ABC's Sam Sweeney.
Now with this partnership between TSA and Google, if you have a Google Wallet on an Android phone, you can load your passport into it and then connect it to your airline account. And when you show up to the airport, all you have to do is walk up to the camera, have your picture taken, and you'll be cleared to get on your flight.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
Hot summer days and high energy bills are on the way. Upgrade your home's old leaky windows this month during Window Nation's Buy 4 Get 4 free sale. Yes, half of your new beautiful energy efficient windows free. Plus no money down and no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. Call now 866-200-8670 or windownation.com. In select markets, trust our family of brands, New South Window and ArmorView. That's 866-200-8670 or windownation.com to book a consultation.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here. While the sun's out and the summer's in full swing, Kitchen Magic wants to help you fall back in love with your kitchen. They're a family-owned business right in Nazareth, PA since 1979, and for over 45 years, promising high quality and craftsmanship. This summer only, 40% off installation with flexible financing options for every budget. Don't wait for someday. Visit kitchenmagic.com and build something beautiful together. Kitchenmagic.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
The NLS Braille and Audio Reading Download Service gives patrons with visual impairments or physical limitations the freedom to read their way.
Barge is this beautiful web-based program for searching for books and for the ability to download them.
It's a great way to have a book with you without carrying a book.
For information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
WPHT, WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, The Drive at 5. 30 minutes of nonstop talk from Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
What do you mean 30 minutes of nonstop talk? Dude, I could go hours in doing this. You know that, right? Like 30 minutes, come on. I could do that in my sleep. Go 18 hours of nonstop talk. That would be something, fellas.
Well, please don't do that because we have some commercials we have to play.
Right. Matt and Justin back in the studios of the world-famous WPHT. I'm Rich Herrera, filling in today. I'll be with you tomorrow as well. Fellas, show's been okay so far, right?
It's been very good.
We've been shooting to be completely mediocre. I think we've accomplished that.
No one has said they hated you, so that's a good sign.
Yeah. So then I'm a little disappointed that I really need to work a little bit more. I know this radio station. I listen to this radio station on the Odyssey app. The fact that I haven't offended anybody and no one has said I hate you, I'm going to have to work a little bit harder.
Maybe we just we run back the segment from the first hour and you bring up throwing batteries at Santa or
Hey, listen, I had people throw stuff at me when I was there with the Tampa Bay Rays. And the fact that I worked with Lidge for so long, and he was the one who got that final out in the 2008 World Series as my partner on satellite radio. Matt Stairs is a good friend of mine. When I covered the Oakland A's, he was there, and I was kind of cool to see Stairsy. I got to hang out with Harry Callis during the game because his son Todd was a Tampa Bay Rays announcer, and one of the things they did was they had Todd and Harry call an inning of the World Series. That was pretty cool. So it was a great experience. I went to the World Series Gala in the Constitutional Museum. That was pretty cool. So I got a chance to experience all of Philadelphia, including people throwing stuff at us. So I feel like I got the whole Philly experience during the World Series. So if you want to call in and tell the fellas how much you hate me, I love it. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210 is the number for you to join us. But I digress, because I want to talk about two different stories. Number one, folks, your voice matters, but the mainstream media and the liberal elites, oh, sorry, that's my son calling me. Hey, I'm on the radio. Leave me alone. The mainstream media and the cultural elites have tried to convince you that you really don't matter. You know that you do, but you don't think anybody listens to you, and you've been muted. So what you do as a conservative is you basically sit there and watch Fox News and Newsmax and yell at the TV. That's kind of what you do, because you don't think anybody pays attention to you. Nobody pays attention to your voice. Nobody hears you, okay? I'm going to tell you this as someone who spends time in D.C., talks to congressmen every day, talks to governors and former governors, and political spin doctors, and I go to the Capitol in the Commonwealth of Virginia, go to the Capitol and go to D.C., talk to these people. Your voice does matter. You just don't know. So we're going to do a little experiment here on WPHT. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. First-time callers, if you've ever wanted to or thought about calling into a talk radio show, but you've never done it, I'm going to make it easy for you today. And we're just going to do this. So it's like the first time you drove a car, you were a little nervous. First time you went on a date, you were a little nervous. First time calling a radio station, like, what's it going to be like? I'm pretty harmless. I'm not going to blow up and yell at you. I'm not going to come to your house and scream at you. So I'm going to invite you to pop off with your 2 cents, because you need to learn how to do this. Fellas, I'll tell you this. If you go on social media and you say something, all of a sudden 20 bots attack you, and that's their way of silencing you. Talk radio, and I think WPHT is the one, I hate to use the term, safe space. You can come in here and give somebody your opinion, and you're not going to be bullied, and you're not going to be canceled. So let's try this. 855-839-1210. I'll talk about this one story. When Zohran Mamdani was leading the big parade in New York, Knicks win, there was a woman that stole a trash can. She dumped the trash can on the ground in New York. It was orange and Knicks colored, so she thought, what a great thing to bring to my home, a trash receptacle. And they show her dumping it on the ground. They caught her. Video went viral as she's stealing this orange trash can. And she loses her job at a major bank where she worked in DEI, which means she probably didn't do anything anyway. Man, you lose your job over stealing a trash can? Okay, whatever. Now, a lot of people have been dunking on her because how do you lose a big-time corporate job for stealing something as stupid as a trash can? All right, I'll just admit to you, I have stolen things before. I have pilfered things before. I used to drink a lot in college, and there were times where I would go and I would steal shot glasses, pint glasses, pictures off the wall. There are times I've stolen. If you ever came to my house, I was a Sigma Pi. If you ever came to our little satellite house that I lived in, it was full of things that I stole from different bars. It was full of plastic cups that I had taken, pint glasses that I had taken, shot glasses that I had taken, beer signs that I had taken. It was basically like Animal House when they come and they take everything. They go, they took everything, even the stuff we didn't steal. That was me. So I'll just ask you right now, have you ever stole anything in your life? Have you ever stole anything in your life? Like walked out of a bar with a glass? Have you ever stolen an umbrella when you went somewhere? Again, when I was out drinking, my drinking days, oh, buddy, you better believe it. I'm going to take every glass that I can. And I'll, you know what, fellas? I'll even lay it on the line just to make it more comfortable for you to be a first-time caller. Again, phone lines are open, 855-839-1210. I'll even rat out my mom and my grandmother. my late mother would steal the little yellow packets, little pink packets, what are they, Equal and whatever it is, Splenda. She would steal those, put them in her purse. Like, Mom, what are you doing? She'd take the whole thing, dump it in her purse. She'd still like, you can go to Costco and buy that. You can go buy that in the grocery store. No, it's better if I take it here. She would steal that. My grandmother would steal cutlery. I love Nani. She was the greatest, but she would steal cutlery. She'd steal forks. She'd steal knives. She'd put them in her purse, take them home. Now, every once in a while, I would stick something in my mom's purse when she wasn't looking, and I'd leave it open, and when the waitress or waiter would come by, I'd go like, hey, listen, I got to tell you, I think that lady's stealing something. And I put in like a plate or something, and my mom like, I didn't do that. I'm like, stop stealing stuff when we go out to dinner. You're embarrassing me. So what have you stolen? This lady got caught stealing a trash can. What have you stolen in your life? First-time callers. 855-839-1210. I had this great picture that I stole from this restaurant, and someone came over to the house and he goes, wait a minute, I know that. That was in the bar. I said, yeah, I took it. Oh, the best thing I ever took, I stole. Do you remember Field of Dreams, the movie? They had the big cardboard display with Kevin Costner. I swiped that from the movie theater once when I was in my heavy drinking days. So this woman stealing the garbage can, I get it. Please help me out here. First-time callers, 855-839. You use a fake name. Make it easy for you. Tell the world, what did you steal? Phone lines are open for you right now. I'm Rich Herrera. It's WPHT. Let me go to Wayne in Wilmington, Delaware. Wayne, welcome. You're on WPHT. Good afternoon.
Nice to talk to you. Thank you.
How are you, Wayne?
If you remember when J.C. Penney used to have the Brock's display of candy.
Yes.
Well, it was at the top of the escalator in Price's Corner, and I guess I was about 5 years old around Christmas time. And I love those little white nougat things with the fake fruit in it.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So Mom wasn't looking. I slid it in my pocket. And she didn't miss it. And she dropped my drawers in the middle of the store and spanked my ass. I'll tell you, ever since then, I've never stolen anything in my life.
Oh, that is tremendous. Were you reminded of that constantly as a kid?
No.
Every once in a while?
It's not that. No, I wouldn't go near a Brock's display. But it's not that the spanking hurt. It was at Christmas time, and it was like
everybody's there,
whole store
watching you,
and looked at me. And she goes, "I'm leaving you." And she shot out in the parking lot. I'm trying to get my drawers up and hide my head to run out to the parking lot.
Okay, can I just tell you something? Wayne,
Sure.
Could you imagine if a mother did that today to a Gen Alpha? They'd go to jail.
Yeah.
They would go to jail. That's why this generation is soft.
The people that are destroying the reflection pond are not even getting a slap on the hand. The people that are vandalizing and destroying monuments and everything, nothing.
This whole thing with the reflecting pond, because again, I live in Virginia, so I'm seeing it a little bit closer. So my son's going to come home on Monday, and we've got tickets to go up to a couple of the events up there. So we're going to go celebrate USA 250 up there. And as I'm watching everybody, and I was in D.C. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And watching all this, the thing with the reflecting pond is it doesn't matter whatever they would do. They just hate Donald Trump enough that they're just going to destroy everything they possibly can. And the fact that people are, well, okay, I'll put it to you this way. People are so ridiculously biased in some of this reporting, it's absolutely comical. So I saw a report the other day, I can't remember which cable network it was, but they were like, the algae in this pool is so bad, it's not even safe for children to swim in. Well, man, it's against the law for anybody to enter the reflecting pond to go swimming. So your reporting is so ridiculously biased and out of control, out of touch, you're just making stuff up as you go. And that's why people get so crazy when you talk about whatever Donald Trump has. People are complaining about the UFC fight. I was going to go, but I had to work the next morning, so I bailed on it. But here's the deal. When they first said they were going to have the USC fight, I'm like, I don't know. And then the more I thought about it and I saw the liberal elites hate it, I'm like, you know what, dude? I like it because this is what real Americans do. Real Americans like UFC. And all these cultural elites that can't stand Donald Trump, can't stand you and me, can go kick rocks.
Well, do you know what Donald Trump's favorite album is?
I'm afraid to ask.
The Wall.
Hey, get out of here, Wayne. Great story. Appreciate it. See, it's that simple, everybody. 855-839-1210. That's a great story. Swipes a little candy. I'll give you a story a little bit later. When my son, who's a much better person than I am, he's great kid. Very proud of him. He was raised by animals, but he's a great kid. And I'll tell you the story about when I found out he stole something the first time, and I was worse than Wayne's mom, I'll tell you that. Let me go to Mike in Blackwood, New Jersey next. Hey, Mike, welcome. You're on WPHT. Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Are you enjoying the show?
Yes, I am. And,
okay, good.
I was thinking about your stealing thing. I was telling your the guy that got on there. When I was in, my sister, her son was a guest speaker at the police awards ceremony in Washington, D.C. So my sister and I went down to see him. And afterwards, they all went to this Irish bar. And we're sitting in a bar at a beautiful glass with a really nice Irish thing on it. And my sister said, man, I'd like to have one of them. And I said, no problem. Stuck in my pocket. And I was sitting there and I said, you know what? I wouldn't mind having one myself. So I took another pocket.
Did you take them?
Yeah, oh yeah. I still have mine. My sister, I don't know what happened to my sister. She's since passed, but I thought, here we are with all these cops, and we're pilfering glasses.
Oh, that is outstanding. Again, listen, I understand that sometimes just something comes over you, and I'm not telling you go shoplifting. I like that. That's a good thing, but everybody's dunking on this woman for stealing the garbage can. I think it's kind of stupid. I don't know why anybody would want to steal a New York City garbage can painted like the Knicks and bring it home. It's just dumb. But I've been known to do dumb things as well, like stealing a big sign that's very famous in a bar and restaurant and then inviting people over to my fraternity house and they see it like, you're the one who stole that sign.
Now, I've heard of people doing it, but I didn't. I never have done anything that bad.
Yeah. And then, again, my entire house was nothing but pilfered glasses in my early 20s. But I could blame my mom because she would steal the Sweet and Low and the Splenda off of tables, and my grandmother would steal napkins. I was with somebody once. And they stole the salt and pepper shakers because they ran out of salt at their
I was going to
apartments.
say, my mother-in-law would steal salt and pepper shakers. I don't know what the hell.
It's a little bit easier than buying.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier than going to the store to buy it. Just, you know what, take it over there. And the waiter's not going to complain. The waiter's not going to complain because they don't have to fill the salt and pepper shakers. It's less. I
never thought about that.
It's less side work for them, right? Less side work for them. All right. Try not to take anything from any Irish bars, and I appreciate your call. Thank you so much. Again, folks, real easy. Number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Not that I'm proud of this, but I looked at that woman and what she did. And in my drinking days, I would help myself to something like, I was trying to think, what's the last thing I swiped? Last thing I swiped was I had a favorite Brazilian steakhouse. And they had these great knives. And if you, Justin, I assume that you and Matt have been to a Brazilian steakhouse?
Oh, my favorite, yeah.
Right? I just go to town on those. Like, I walk in and gauchos cry. Like, literally, people will stand there and watch how much I eat when I go. I'll put you out of business if you bring me in, right? So, my favorite Brazilian steakhouse, and if you go enough, you have a favorite. That just tells you how much I like it. So I would always tell the waitress, the one favorite waitress we had, server, I go, I'd really like to have this knife. had the steakhouse's logo on it. This looked nice in my house. And I just said it for like 5, 6, 7 visits in a row. Like, if you're not looking, I'm going to take this. Like I'm asking permission. Can I steal this knife? Because I want it. I want to have it at my house. And after like the 7th or 8th time, we're getting ready to leave, and she hands me something. She hands me a little doggy bag to go. And she goes, don't look at it till you go outside. I said, okay. So I walked outside, got in the car, opened it up, and it was a steak knife. Because I had whined enough at her, she decided, fine, I'm just going to give this clown the steak knife. He'll stop talking about it, and I still have the steak knife. And when we sit down to have dinner and we need to use a steak knife, everybody has the standard one from the house except for me. I've got the one from my Brazilian steakhouse, and I'm the only one allowed to use it in my house. We have all pilfered something. Guys, have you pilfered anything?
I have. One time.
What'd you get?
So it's sort of similar to Wayne's story, although it didn't end in quite the same amount of embarrassment. So when I was in 4th or 5th grade, my friend and I were at a grocery store with his mother, and she wouldn't let us get candy, so my friend Timmy decided we should take matters into our own hands. But by the way, I assume he no longer goes by Timmy. He's a grown man. I hope he goes by Tim or Timothy by now. But anyway, so we found these self-service jars of assorted candies where you just kind of like dump whatever candy you'd like in a bag, then you weigh the bag and determine the price. Well, Timmy had this diabolical plot to just start grabbing loose candy, and like a madman, he was like shoving it into his pockets and shoving it into his face. And of course we got caught because he wasn't exactly Danny Ocean, because the candy was falling out of his pockets as we walked down the aisle, and his cheeks were all stuffed with candy. He looked like a squirrel preparing for winter. And to the best of my recollection, the manager who caught us said something like, are you boys going to pay for that? And I sheepishly said yes, although that was a lie. Timmy's defense was to just burst into tears and hysterically cry, which actually proved to be an amazingly effective strategy because we didn't get in any trouble. But for a brief moment, I thought my mom was going to have to pick me up from Alcatraz. But it scared me straight. I've never stolen anything since.
I'm not even sure why we're doing this topic because, again, Stalker's going to listen like Herrera. You did a whole hour telling everybody that you stole stuff. By the way, my brother just sent me a text. He's listening on the Odyssey app out in California. He goes, our mother did not steal things. She borrowed those Sweet and Low packets. So, again, my mom borrowed the Sweet and Low packets. My grandmother borrowed the salt and pepper shakers and all the cutlery she took. And if they ask for me to give it back, I will give back the steakhouse knife that I have. 855-839-1210. I feel bad for the woman who got fired, although her job was kind of worthless because she did DEI for a big bank.
The craziest thing about that is, I think not even a day later after they found out that she got caught stealing the trash can. Because my friend's from Long Island, and he's tapped into the New York scene. There's a website that you can go to right now and buy your own like New York Knicks, like the same colors, same everything, same like keep New York City clean branding on it, like your own trash can at home.
Really?
You don't have to.
For $100.
For like $130.
Doesn't smell like sewage.
So she loses her, I'm assuming, 6-figure job.
$325,000 annually is what the DEI executive at J.P. Morgan was making prior to being fired.
Okay, that just tells you the mentality of how useless her job was. That she doesn't even have the common sense. You're kidding me. She lost. Tell me how much money she was making again.
It was $325,000 annually in total compensation. So that's base salary plus bonuses.
And you lose it to steal a garbage can.
Which you can now buy on a website where the profits from the sale go directly get donated to like charities across New York City.
Okay, then now we just have to talk about not only what did you steal, what's the dumbest thing that you've ever stolen? That's dumb. I mean, listen, by the way, very nice with the Danny Ocean's reference right there for Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, 13, 14, or the bad one where they made it with the women. But I appreciate that. Where am I going to go next, fellas? Have I gotten my 30 minutes allotment, or can I take telephone calls? All right.
Yeah, we should take a break.
Coming up. All right, 855-839-1210. We're doing this for one reason and one reason only. America needs to understand your voice matters. When you call talk radio shows, when you participate, when you listen to talk radio, especially when you listen to a station like WPHT, I'm not a regular host here, I'm going to be here today, here tomorrow. When you participate in these things, it helps you find your voice that the liberal elites in New York, Los Angeles, Austin, Silicon Valley have taken away from us. Because if you pop off on Instagram, you're going to get crushed. You pop off on Twitter, forget it. It's a cesspool. This is the place where you can make your voice heard. But unfortunately, people are afraid now, or they think that people can't speak up. I'm going to try to change that right now. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. Something as silly as this. Can you believe this woman got fired for stealing a garbage can? If you lose a $300,000+ a year job, I'd give my eye teeth to have a job that pays that much. Now, I am a professional social media influencer, but I've only made $10 at that. She lost her job over a garbage can. What's the dumbest thing you've ever swiped? Again, I think my dumbest thing I swiped was the Kevin Costner Field of Dreams cardboard display out of the movie theater. That's the dumbest thing I ever swiped.
How do you even carry that out? You can't even be discreet.
No, I was just blatant about it. Oh, okay. The other dumb thing that I stole, bowling shoes. I thought it'd be cool to wear bowling shoes when I was in college, so I walked in flip-flops, walked out with bowling shoes.
Ugh.
Right? I'm not that bad anymore. Okay, I do have to redeem myself here in just a bit. I will tell you the story of what happened the first time I caught my son stealing and why he's never stolen before. He's never stolen afterwards. I'll give you that coming up next. Phone lines are open, 855-839-1210. Did your parents do this to you? We had the one caller earlier said, yeah, my mom dropped my pants right there and beat the snot out of me, left me standing there, drawers with my pants around my ankle and my underwear while everybody's looking at me, and then she took off and I had to stand there by myself. When you did get caught stealing, what did your parents do to you? Because they're old school. That's why you are the way you are, because you couldn't do that to kids anymore. 855-839-1210 will continue. I'm Rich Herrera filling in today. This is WPHT.
Calling on Huntington Valley to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
I finished a 5K in 94th place, right after a man wearing jeans. They still gave me a medal. I don't want a reward for doing. I want a reward for dominating. Like daily prize match on Bet365. I play for free and win real rewards, like up to $5,000 in cash weekly. Unlike that joker in denim. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T's and C's apply.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Babbel proudly presents the Sheep Cheese Fiasco.
Cute market. Ooh, cheese. Let's get cheese. Cheese, cheese, cheese. Hola. Quiero una oveja. Pequeñita.
¿Una oveja pequeñita?
Sí.
Bueno, pues tengo como 20.
Oh, no. But they're cute.
Don't let your Spanish fool you. Avoid bringing home the farm with Babbel, the award-winning language learning app.
Can you make us some cheese, please? Oh, cheese. You're not cheese.
Practice with Babbel's guided conversations based on real situations. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will have you speaking conversationally in as little as 3 weeks.
Yes. Oh, you're so sweet.
Get up to 50% off on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's 50% off at BABBEL.com.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Auto Group studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
We need something. We need Herrera to tell us what he's doing over here. My name is Rich Herrera, filling in today and tomorrow, I hope, unless Greg Stalker says get out of here. This is WPHT, afternoon show. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT. Again, my name is Rich Herrera. I'm the host of a talk show down in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Just moved here about a year and a half ago and have the opportunity, the blessing. There's a difference between get to and got to. If you live your life got to, then you're miserable. If you live your life get to, and you get to do something instead of got to, I get to go to work. I get to do a show here on WPHT instead of the attitude that a lot of people have is I got to go to work, which means you're going to be miserable before you even walk out the door. So I get to fill in today, and hopefully I will get to fill in tomorrow unless I do something really dumb here in the next 25 minutes. By the way, Rich the Ole podcast comes up at 6 p.m. We made it a first-time caller hour, 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. I took too long. If you were on hold and I was going to get to you and you guys dropped off, jump back on. I promise I'll go right to your telephone calls. 855-839-1210, number for you to join us. I do need to point out, because a couple people have hit me up saying, hey, Herrera, you're just glorifying all of this stealing stuff. But I bring it up for a reason. Number one, the lady that lost a $300,000 a year job, $300,000 a year job. How much was it, fellas, that she made a year?
$325.
$325,000 a year. She lost that job because she stole a New York City trash can. Wow, what a crash out. But I said, I originally felt bad with her. I didn't know she lost. I didn't know she was making $325. Yes, go spend $100 and buy it from the city of New York, and you're not going to have one that's has real garbage in it. Maybe it's worth it. Did you have authentic New York garbage? But wow. And how, by the way, do you ever get a job again? Because you've now gone viral. Hi, come in. Yes. So tell me your qualifications for this DEI job. Yeah, okay. What happened to your last job? I stole a trash can during the New York Knicks parade. Right? But maybe she should have gotten the lesson, like the caller was said. he stole a piece of candy, and his mom pulled his pants down right there, whooped him, and then left him standing there with his pants around his ankles. Now, that couldn't happen today because somebody would have called the police, somebody would have pulled out a cell phone, somebody would have told them they're a bad mother. But like he said, he never stole anything again. Maybe she needed to have old school mom, old school dad that tells you don't do things like that. I'll share this with you since I'm telling you about all the bad stuff I do. I don't want you to think my family's incredibly horrible. My son once, I caught him stealing first time ever, and he's never stolen since. So here's what we did. Little League game. We go and, all the dads go and the moms go and we go sit in a sports bar, tell the kids, yeah, here's $5, go play video games. And the rest of us sit there, drink beer, and hang out afterwards. So we're hanging out, having dinner, dads are talking, moms are talking, kids are playing video games. He's gone the whole time. I'm not paying attention. We get in the car, we get home, and he's like, yeah, that was so much fun. We have to go again. I said, yeah, that was fun. Maybe after the next game we'll go. He goes, yeah, I got to play video games all night. I said, yeah, that $5 lasts you long. He goes, oh, no, they gave us free video games. I said, what do you mean they gave you free video games? And he said, well, Ryan told me to tell the girl that the machine ate our quarters, and then she just let me play video games for free. I said, did the machine eat your quarters? He goes, no. I said, so you lied to her? And he goes, well, Ryan said it was okay. I said, so you lied to her and you stole her quarters? And he goes, well, but Ryan said, I didn't care what Ryan said. Did you steal quarters from that restaurant and from that girl? Well, no. Yes or no? And he said, well, yeah. I said, all right. Go in your room. You're going to get a spanking. So it was a big deal. Put him in his room. Sat there for like 20 minutes. Get the wooden spoon. Paddle him. Make him sit there for another hour and then explain to me what he did wrong. We don't do that with kids anymore. But I made it even worse because I took him down to that restaurant the very next day. Now, he's like 6 years old. He don't remember who any of the adults are, any of the waitresses were. And I made him stand out in front, and I made him bring his piggy bank. And I went and I found a waitress. It wasn't the girl that waited on us. But I said, hey, listen, you got to do me a favor. My son was in here last night with him and his friends. They lied and were getting free video games and told people that the machine ate their quarters, and I want to teach them a lesson that it's not right to lie, it's not right to steal. And she goes, oh, I don't want to do that. I said, listen, I just want you to look at him. She was a high school girl. I said, just fold your arms, look at him, and tell him, I'm very disappointed. She goes, I can't do it. I said, listen, you got to help me out. She goes, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, listen, I'll tip you for it. She goes, no. I said, listen, here's $20. Can't do it. All right, here's $40. She goes, okay. So she stood there, stone-faced. We walked in. I said, he's got something to tell you. And he goes, I lied last night and I stole quarters from you. And she did. She did a great job. She sat there, arms folded. Yeah, she's like a little high school girl. And she goes, I'm very disappointed. She's got her yellow and green little golf shirt on from the restaurant. She goes, very disappointed. And she turned and walked away. And I said, no, pal. You need to pay her back. So I made him open up his piggy bank. I said, how many games do you play? He goes, probably 10. I said, then you need to give her 20 quarters. And he had to count out 20 quarters and hand it to the poor girl. And she's like, I don't want to do this. I said, I gave you $40. You need to help me teach him a lesson. Took the quarters. I said, you keep the quarters. Here's the $40. And he's never stolen anything again. We don't do that anymore in America because somebody would have taken a picture of me, put it on Instagram, and I would have lost my job for child abuse. Number for you to join us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. Let's go to John in New Jersey. Hey, John, welcome. You're on News Radio, you're on WPHT. Hello.
Yeah, well, you're talking about stealing. I don't think that's to carry on about on and what did I steal or that I forgot, all this stuff. There is a God, and it's against stealing. In California, if you steal under $900, under $900, it's okay. I mean, what are you glorifying stealing about?
No, we're not. Okay, John, hold on. John, hold on a second. No, John, hold on. We're talking about this. We're pointing out the fact of the absurdity of things, and people do stupid things, do they not?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we pointed out the absurdity of things that you do when you're young, that you learn the difference of, and then we pushed it on to, you know what? We had a caller who said, hey, listen, my mom took care of it, did that. I just explained how I took care of my son. I did stupid things when I was young, and I've outlearned those. Again, it's how we were raised, what you do. So I'm not glorifying stealing, but I am pointing out that people do stupid things.
You keep talking about it. I mean, you can say, well, they did this. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever done anything? Have you ever done anything stupid? Have you ever done anything stupid? Have you ever done anything stupid?
Yeah, I did something stupid. But
okay.
I'm not going to carry on and on and on about it for 20 minutes, a half hour. I mean, I should be ashamed of stealing. You're supposed to be ashamed of stealing.
Okay,
it's not a good thing to steal.
No, it's not a good thing. No, it's not a good thing, but I am. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. He's got to be a lot of fun at cocktail parties. 855-839-1210. No, people do stupid things. We've all done stupid things. We learn from them. And again, doing stupid, harmless pranks, yeah, it's wrong. I get that. But we have done stupid things in the past. All right, you guys want to comment? 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210. Again, I appreciate it. Yeah, you do not steal. And then he pointed out in California, when you're that lax on stuff, that things get completely out of control. In California, when Vice President Harris was the Attorney General, she was able to curb crime. How? They raised the felony rate for shoplifting to $900. So if you steal anything less than a big screen TV, it's a misdemeanor, and it made the crime rate go way, way down. Get it. I get it. 855-839-1210. 855-839-1210, the number for you to join us. 855-839-1210. And again, kind of how this whole thing goes is this woman got caught stealing. Yeah, you are right. You shouldn't steal. But again, none of us are perfect. Some of us do stupid things. This is something completely absurd that this woman did, and it cost her this incredible job that I'm not even sure if she'll ever be able to get one again. 855-839-1210. My name is Rich Herrera. Give me something stupid that you did. Give me something stupid you share with everybody else over here. 855-839-1210. I'm Rich Herrera filling in today on WPHT.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
You don't need another opinion, just the facts.
What caused that crash on the Schuylkill? Will it rain before the kids' game? What happened at the school board meeting last night?
At KYW News Radio, we don't take sides. We take notes, delivering the information you need to make the best decisions for your family.
The news you need whenever you need it.
Depend on KYW News Radio, Philadelphia's most trusted news leader for more than 60 years.
Summer's the season for fresh starts, and nothing transforms your home like a brand new kitchen. Since 1979, Kitchen Magic in Nazareth has been a family business built on quality and true craftsmanship. This summer, we're making it easier than ever. Save 40% on installation, plus flexible financing to fit any budget. 4 decades of local families have trusted us to get it right. Now it's your turn. Visit kitchenmagic.com and make this the summer your kitchen finally gets the upgrade it deserves.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010.
Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Free speech lives here. With Don Stensland, 10 till noon. On Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Final segment of the program. My name is Rich Herrera. Rich Zioli's podcast coming up top of the hour. You want to stick around for that. Oh, by the way, for the last caller, Steven, my brother just sent me a text message. He said he agrees with everything you said, and he wants to know if you want to go halves on buying the website richherrerasucks.com. So just thought I'd share that with you. All right, number for you to join us before we get out of here, 855-839-1210. Al in Lumberton, you're next on WPHT. Hello.
Yeah, Rich, I did something stupid. I think it was 15 or 16. But, you know, we were neighborhood kids. Like, I'm not saying the hood, but we were just neighborhood guys. And we wanted to get do a little thing in the suburbs. It was a hot day, and we decided instead of going to the public pool, let's go to the country club.
Oh.
And me and my three other bros, we're not members. We knew somebody there.
Right.
But, of course, he dived our ass out. So we we had a meeting with the police, you know, about trespassing, all kinds of stupid stuff. The meeting wasn't that bad with the cops. I mean, it was just like a smack on the wrist. The meeting with our old men, with our fathers,
right,
were a lot more different. You know, very, very, very costly and educational thing. But I mean, it's the old days. I mean, we just did something stupid. And we learned. So I assure you, and I told my kids, don't ever, if you're not invited, don't go. You know, if you're not a member, unfortunately, you can't go. But I was going to ask you another question.
Yes, sir.
So are you on Newsmax, too?
I'm sorry?
Are you on Newsmax? On Newsmax?
On Newsmax, yeah. I appear on the Saturday and Sunday morning shows quite a bit.
I love that. I love that station. That's who I watch.
Oh, they're great. And for me, again... Oh, no, they're awesome. And for me, again, being new to talk radio, not doing sports talk forever, but jumping up, being able to do that has been really great. And can I just be honest with you? There's a lot of people that I've watched over the years on cable TV on the left that I would, like I said, I'd sit there and scream at my television, and now I get to debate them on television. And when when I win these arguments, it's even better. I had one guy on the other day. We were talking about ice, and he didn't have anything to come back with the retort, and he just said, "Wah wah wah." And I go, "Oh, I guess I won the argument because you have nothing to do but go wah wah wah." So it's actually a lot of fun.
Well, one thing me and my wife accomplished yesterday. I'm a closet Republican, meaning I'm a Democrat, and the only reason I'm a Democrat, I work at the polls and make a few bucks. So I've had so much with what's going on. I told my wife yesterday morning, we're changing parties. I mean, literally, I've been a Republican, but I'm officially denouncing the Democratic Party, and I've joined the club, even though I've been a silent member of the club for years. I go back to Frank Rizzo. I don't know if that name.
It does. But here's the interesting thing, Al. Here's the interesting thing. In order to change the direction of where we're going, I just need 10 Al's to look and say, you know what, I'm going to change my party registration because Ronald Reagan had that famous quote, I didn't leave the Democratic Party, they left me. And you look
I'm a Reagan man.
Yeah, as am I. And you look at...
I served in 79 in the Navy. I was in the Gulf.
Oh, hoo-yah.
Yeah.
So, well, first of all, thank you for your service.
My pleasure. I love this country.
As do I, and that's why you see a lot of people that have jumped in and they're opening up and they're taking chances and they're getting out there and they're getting involved. So I salute you very much. Hey, I got to run because we're up against the top of the hour. We got to get to Rich's podcast. But thank you very much. I'll be back tomorrow, so I hope you tune in again. But I'll just leave you with this. Let me just leave you with this. I got a couple minutes here, fellas. One of the things I hope that we can accomplish while I'm here for the next couple days is, and we'll talk more about this. So I'll just tease you what I was telling Matt and Justin. One of the things we're going to talk about tomorrow is I see so many people that hate Donald Trump and hate the Make America Great Again, and they think this country is going in the wrong direction. Larry David was popping off the other day about the UFC fight. Okay, that's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to one. But I want you to think about this, and we'll talk about this in the program tomorrow. What would the world be like today had Donald Trump not won? In some multiverse, some bizarro world, there is a president sitting in the White House that's not Donald Trump. And it's Kamala Harris. Somewhere in an alternate universe, Joe Biden won a second term as president of the United States. In that weird, bizarro, alternative universe, what would the world really be like as we get ready to celebrate USA 250? We're going to talk about that tomorrow on the program because I think it's something that we need to look into, need to talk about, because for all these people that dislike where the Republican Party is and all they want to run on is, I hate Donald Trump, I hate Donald Trump, I hate Donald Trump. Okay, great. Then what's your alternative? Because I will paint a picture for you what the world would be like with Joe Biden still in the White House in the Oval Office, or if Kamala Harris had become president. What do you think the country would be like as we get ready to celebrate USA 250? We'll do that tomorrow on the program. Hey, I want to thank everybody who called into the show today. Big thank you to Matt and Justin. Guys, I'm not just giving you a golf clap, I'm giving you a full clap. That was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for making this easy. I'll be back with you tomorrow here on the program. And again, I'm sitting in today and tomorrow. If you want to reach out to me, you can. My website is richforamerica.com, richforamerica.com. You can also find me on social media, Rich for America. Folks, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up next, Rich the Old Podcast. I'm Rich Herrera. This is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping.